We are back with another session of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as.
Carrick Marshk.
We have Kronos as.
Jackson Rodscala.
We have Hadden as.
Tilde.
We have Marcus as.
Clovis Sodolas.
We have Sammy as.
Gifton Greysteel.
We have Tobias as.
Caspia Pia Steelshod.
And we have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who'd like to give the recap?
I can do the recap.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Last time we had a meeting where we got everybody together. 1 second. Close the door. Okay, so last time we had a meeting with everybody where we decided to talk over the things that were going to happen. We were discussing the fact that we were going to Enos Aflac in probably the next 2 days as a result of that being a rest day from the 3 days. We caught up on various different issues with people, and we got to the crux of the fact that Cassiopeia has a weird situation with mind flayers where she needs to give her corrupted angel essence to the mind flayers to get her father back. And then there were lots of conspiracy theories, lots of things that we tried to deep down, and we decided that we needed to know more about the place that those things are from and if it's possible to get them, so if we could possibly get it on our own. And then we had a big talk about all the options that could do that. We asked Cassie what she wanted to do. Cassie decided, based on the 3 best options that we had, that we'd contact the fallen angel Turiel. We talked to Turiel. We traded away a precious item to Raz and Gifton to get information about where that would be. It was informed to us that the it was informed to us that the researcher that had basically kicked off all the stuff in Noran had a whole bunch of research about the empty and the sub basement and all of that. We found out that their research was taken by Eliza von Usglass and is somewhere in Enos Aflac, pushing us back onto the main story where we're supposed to be going. We agreed that, okay, well, there's nothing really more that we can do on that until we go see her anyway. And clearly the Illithids aren't going to do anything to Cassie's dad until we can get to that anyway. So we said, okay, soldiering on, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do was we were going to head to Winden to meet Carrick's estranged father. We also did a sending thing with we went to Dulwood to pick up Lucian because he was told he was getting to go see Carrick's father as well. And while we were there, we talked to the Shire Reeve, Bill. We found out more information that Carrick had already told us about Maris taking off. We found out that Maris has some direct bloodline to Noran, and technically his position in the military as a mage was illegal or something like that. But something's going on with Maris' sister where she went into the no-fly zone all by herself and then disappeared, and Maris decided to go off to go rescue her, but everything has to be all hush-hush, secret because things like that. Gifton threatened she was probably going to get Dadriel on it, sent a sending to him. He said, don't, you don't need to help, I have this, blah, 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 blah. How did you even find out about this? We didn't get a response to him. Then we decided to do our teleport up to Winden because we were just keeping the ball rolling, and a strange visage of Morgani appeared, and we all knew in our hearts that it was Morgani, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we were teleported to a strange, mysterious place of mists and floating islands and stuff, and 2 massive beasts suddenly attacked us using their anti-magic cones. The group was fighting them off very handedly and probably was going to do okay-ish. I'm not sure. I panicked and I told a bunch of people to jump off the side with me, and then I used Wish to try and plane shift everybody out. Unfortunately, it caught everybody but Telde. Telde then, seeing that he was suddenly alone on the battlefield with 2 things, his initiative came up. And he was like, Miris, now would be a good time. And time seemed to stop. Miris appeared in his full mirrored mask form, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
or their mirror mask form. And then held out a scroll which unwound comically to lots and lots of scroll, and at the top it said contract. And that is where we ended the session.
It is indeed. Right, go ahead and take yourself a heroic inspiration.
I'm heroic today?
You are heroic
Yay!
today.
Ah.
Right. We are going to pick up where we left off. Elday,
Oh.
you're in this strange magical plane. These purple mists halted midst, well, this long contract unrolling basically to your feet. Doesn't actually appear to be any writing on it, just squiggles that suggest writing.
I am going to inspect it slightly more.
You lean down to inspect it, and with a little yank, Mirror pulls it, and it seems to roll itself back up. And Mirror then just reaches up and takes off their mask, and their face is fairly nondescript. It's the kind of face that if you gave a description to the guardsman to look out for somebody, they probably wouldn't know who to spot. It's so average as to be forgettable.
Got it.
And the smile on the mask that's removed is mirrored beneath the face. Friendly, charming. And Miris just opens their mouth and says, "So, what is your life worth?"
I am not sure it is worth very much anymore. I feel I've fulfilled nearly all I can.
You're not quite at the finish line yet, though, are you?
No. Well, perhaps not. Suppose that depends on how this conversation goes.
That's true. Miris waves their hand about and seems to gather up some of that magical mist, which simply just forms into a set of chairs and a little table. The chairs either side of it. And Miris sits down and just sort of motions for you to sit with them.
Thank you. This is not too often a thing that Tolde does, especially when dealing with people like their superior of some kind.
Miris just nods, more than welcome. Thought I tried to make this a little more comfortable, and they look off to the side at the great big astral dreadnought still hovering in the air mid-maw bite.
Would this be timed issue?
What
Do I need to worry about resolving this quickly?
Depends how we start off. So, are you actually willing to come to an accord with me? I know that you are quite the righteous one, and flexibility, not your strongest suit.
I can say that I am certainly willing to come to an accord. That is certainly a reasonable way to phrase it.
Your group has gotten little hints of me that they really shouldn't have, and it is throwing things into disarray. Explain to me what you think I'm doing.
I honestly have no idea.
That's
I've
comforting
yet
at the
to
very least.
determine that.
You believe that people should be held accountable for their actions, am I right?
Yes.
Someone that has killed should be tried and punished, yes?
Affirmative.
And what kind of punishment would murder elicit?
It would depend on circumstances.
Okay. A man looking for sustenance breaks into a family's home and takes everything they have, leaving them to starve.
Ah, yes. They have died then,
Mm-hmm.
definitively. Do they have any remaining family, or is this retribution of society?
Oh. We'll call this retribution of society. Perhaps some distant relatives that didn't know them.
So it is not a situation where they may be able to make any form of amends,
Indeed.
act in servitude.
A possibility, yes, they could be incarcerated or given over to society to perform menial tasks under watch.
Do they have any useful skills?
Oh.
Any useful knowledge that may assist others?
Indeed, they do. They are actually quite talented in many forms.
And are they willing to put it to use to help others?
Oh, some days they are. Some days they rail against the system. They may hurt or harm others in attempts to escape. Or they might be subdued and subservient and do great things to help. Really depends on their mood.
They cannot be trusted to maintain a
Not at all.
pleasant manner. I see. Imprisonment would be a likely response.
For how long?
That would depend on several factors again. Their longevity, their rate of enfeeblement.
Let's say it's an elf. A young elf. Will live for quite some time and is unlikely to be rehabilitated.
Attempts should be continued if they can serve and are willing to try. One should make... Oh shit, I'm forgetting the right word. In treatments to see whether something can be attempted, but again, if their mood is too unstable, imprisonment would likely need to continue indefinitely.
And say that they are quite capable of escape. Maybe not immediately, maybe 50, 100 years. And once getting out, they will cause great harm once more.
I had been wondering if that was where this would go. It would definitely be destruction.
Yes.
Unrepentant?
Incredibly unrepentant. Actually, that's a lie in itself. Can one be repentant and yet still act to the original nature?
Yes, I do believe that animals do so quite often. Especially when they are confronted.
Then what would you do if that was the case? Zero imprisonment, keeping hope that something good will come of it?
That would be the hope, if it appears that there is no other option. That if destruction will be too great, I suppose an attempt should be made to at least blunt the possibilities.
And how would you blunt it? Weaken them somehow? I suppose you could remove limbs, malnourish them, perhaps.
It is turning rather macabre in that sense, I suppose.
Yes, isn't the cruelty of imprisonment worse than the quick release of death?
I should like to speak to them about it.
Ah. See what they would prefer.
If they have a preference, if they have a position, it is worth hearing.
Very few things wish to truly die without some malady affecting them, driving them to it. Holding out hope for escape is better than nothing at all.
It is the reasonable, the appropriate thing. If they are sentient, they should be given an opportunity to speak on their behalf.
Well, I must say that your plan with Morgani is something quite special.
Do you doubt its efficacy?
I do, but I think it is very kind of you to try to save her in some form. But I have been thinking about it, and I've been thinking about how it could possibly work. I think I could help.
At least one or two of my companions highly doubt your motives.
How can you doubt my motives if you're not sure what they are? I can't be dishonest if you don't know what I'm doing.
I could doubt whether they would be beneficial for others.
Oh, incredibly beneficial for others.
Let's take that at face value.
Yes.
What are you asking from me?
This entirely depends on how much you agree with my idea. So, let's say I help with Morgani. I can help separate some of the power so that when she eventually emerges, she isn't quite so terrifying. This would also make her easier to contain in the first place. I would also like you to consider employing this as punishment for the past crimes of each other god, including myself. You've proven to be unwilling to see the final act through, claim their lives. So perhaps a more just punishment that, in your mind, would be more fitting. You can't tell me that you don't see them as guilty.
I want to ensure that I understand what you are asking.
Mm-hmm.
Which punishment?
I would have liked death as the grand punishment, but I don't think that's going to work anymore. I would like incarceration to be the grand punishment.
This vessel plan.
Mm-hmm.
Altogether, or each their own with others?
Oh, each their own. I'm not sure you could put them all together.
Again, I am attempting to understand what you are asking.
Now, this would exclude Hea and the progeny of Lalasil.
Because you do not view them as having committed a crime?
They have not committed a crime.
And the power that is siphoned off. Where does it go?
I would give it onto mortal vessels.
Interesting.
This needs to happen anyway if you are to face Morgani.
Would they survive it?
Oh, yes.
What is your timeline?
I suppose it's getting shorter. I think Morgani is, and he looks around, getting a little more brazen. Certainly must imprison her before we let her wreak havoc on your world, which means siphoning the power from the gods.
That in itself was reasonable, but yes. It's about the others that the timeline is a question.
As soon after Morgani's defeat as possible, I suppose. They will ask for a return of their power, and that cannot be allowed.
What happened to the heavens if this happens? I think I messed up the grammar there, forgive me.
The heavens, I assure you, will be perfectly safe.
Those within?
Absolutely fine and free to live out their days in paradise.
They're angels.
As they are, you wouldn't see new ones occur, but they needn't suffer.
Would they fall the wayside of fallen?
They could certainly fall to evil acts, but there would be no pruning, so to say.
So, demonic future is possible, but not simply because.
No god will take their wings from them. Whether they inflict that upon themselves is another matter.
Understandable. What happens to their gifts to the world, such as magic?
Oh. That does remain to be seen. I'm pretty sure that you're all bright enough to put the gifted power to work in that sense. Morgani might be locked away, but I'm sure that her essence will keep power going.
So again, what is it you need from me?
I need you to be a very persuasive mouth to the others, rather. They have your confidence, you have theirs. I think they would listen to you if you pushed hard enough. But, just in case, there is something I would like for you very specifically in return for getting you out of here.
Please tell me I have to kill somebody who's going to turn out to be my nephew. Come on, the irony.
24 hours as you.
In possession of or in the form of?
In possession of, sort of. It would essentially still be you acting, only my influence would be the driving force of your decision-making. It's a far more subtle form of possession, in sense.
Would I be aware, then?
You could be, or you could not. That's entirely down to me, and I suppose I will ask your opinion. Would you rather be or not?
I would rather be.
Then that's an entirely distinct possibility.
But that is not a direct part of this agreement.
It is not.
And what we are agreeing to, as I said, I will agree to be this voice.
Mm-hmm.
You will agree to help with Morgani.
Yes.
And the others?
Oh, I'm already helping with them.
That we did suspect. And this situation.
Oh, this I can get you out of here easily. And I can probably ward you from further meddling on Morgani's part. That's not a promise, though. Not because I want to pull the rug out from under you, but because, well, I am not entirely sure how much power she can force through, but I would do my best to guard you.
The gods are not omnipotent.
Not entirely.
And if I should run into a situation where I die,
So long as it is not some grand attempt to take your own life to wrest yourself from any bargain you might have struck, death is inevitable. You could not be blamed for it.
that is a caveat that one could spend quite a long time debating.
I can't really debate with somebody about it. I'd have to use my own judgment. But I am fair and just, more so than my other siblings, including the God of Justice.
So, shall we go with the classics? Or just a simple handshake?
I think an intention of stated will would be enough. No need for handshakes, or signed contracts, or brands, or any of that nice stuff, unless it would make you feel more comfortable.
Then an accord is reached.
Marvellous. Would you like to leave now?
I suppose. Seems as good a time as any, but she is coming very soon.
Oh, yes. You might have to rush some of these projects of yours. You get those tests done quickly.
And Corvus, have
Oh.
you been torturing him?
Not for a long time.
He seems to think you are at the center of many things.
He is rather wise in that regard. I tell you the truth. My plans are very involved, very layered. And some fail. I am not ineffable. But I have enough things going on that I am going to win. You will all thank me for it. It is best to help.
I suppose on that, we will have to see.
The Miris waves their hand, and some more of that mist forms into just a simple wooden door frame. And they put their mask back on, and Frey dramatically bow and gesture towards it.
It has been an interesting and entertaining time again.
They redraw their smile.
Kind of a formal, the classic bow nod and move toward the door.
Okay. And you move towards the door, and it seems to open automatically. Just a shining white light for you to step through.
Automatic
So
doors.
So theatrical.
I will head through.
Okay, you step through, and you appear as if caught up in some teleport spell that was wished for amongst the others just a few seconds later, after you all have arrived. Gifton, Telday came through.
Yeah.
A little sluggish, but he's there.
Oh, okay, well that worked. We're all okay, right? I wasn't sure if that spell would work.
It nearly did not.
Oh, well, You managed to get out of the way just in time, huh?
Yes, it appears that the magic was still lingering.
Oh, that's good. Ooh,
So, Morgane.
kind of pissy.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Understand,
not
Lucio?
kind of pissy. Damn right pissed.
Yeah, kind of pissy.
Yes, that
I
throws
fear
some
that we do-
complications in our plans.
Well, she's aware of us, which is never a good thing.
I'm just gonna do a casual wave off in a direction because I'm just assuming there's Fae there because I did drop us right at the time.
Lucian has moved off to a bush and is throwing up.
Oh no! The bush doesn't like that, sweetie. No.
Sorry, just never felt quite such in mortal danger before.
No, sweetie, not in the Feywild. No throwing up in the Feywild, okay? Sweetie, you are in the Feywild. Don't throw up on the bushes. Carrot, come help me Presty this.
Can I go over there and start cleaning it up with magic?
In the bush.
I fear we do not have nearly as much time as we thought.
Given a little time I thought we had
No.
before, that was not a good thing.
And yeah, with that, I have to re-say, Shaxan, I'm really concerned about Morgani having access to all that Fey energy. Orvis?
Understands that, but we
Sorry.
needed to.
I
Oh,
was just shaking things off.
I thought you were angry at something. I heard you banging something about. Echo, are you all right?
Oh, that was a wonderful place.
That is not.
What was that place? That place was actually really interesting.
What were those things?
That
They
was
were like big beholders.
that was the astral plane.
The what plane?
Astral
What?
plane.
Astral plane. That sounds awesome. Can we go there again sometime when it's not scary?
What'd you say with less of
No.
those things, please?
Yeah, I want to check it out. It looks neat. All the purple swirly.
Yes, astral dreadnoughts, guard dogs of sort that Morgani created long ago to stop.
Those are guard dogs.
Yes, they are there to hunt down intruders into the astral plane to make sure. But there's a lot of power there, and quite a few mages get it into their mind that they can go there, build fortifications, and harness it.
Huh.
Oh, and then
Why am I not surprised?
Lucian, no astral plane. Okay.
I'm not saying
No
you're
astral
horrible,
plane.
but
No.
No astral plane. Oh,
Shax will actually have his arm
Lucian.
crossed and just go.
yeah, I got
I'm
something
going to wait
for
to let
sickness.
people first.
What's Shaxan?
He's just going to look at her as go. I wait to some of my people first who tried that.
oh, plenty. Time and time
Yes.
again.
I am not surprised.
I'm guessing those floating rock formations and ruined buildings were attempts of that nature.
Oh yes.
Most likely.
I'm gonna
Wonderful.
fish around in a backpack, and I'm pulling out a bottle of wine because I have restocked, and I am going to set it down on a nearby stone and just call out, "Tribute, thanks for the visit. All right, everybody, grab hands. We got to get out of here."
We're not going back in there, are we?
No. I'm gonna plane shift this up to Wyndon. You don't want to stay in the face, sweetie.
Whose territory is this? I guess
This
Jax
is
grabs hands with someone.
This is Titania's. I just don't want to get yelled at again.
Do you not wish to go see your lady?
I love my lady very much, but I'm an ill-behaved child. All right, everybody got hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come here, Echo.
Echo links up hands. Lucian does so after sort of wiping his hands off on his suit a bit.
All right, and then I will.
Before
plane
Shax
shift-
takes his hand, he will just press the Lucian's hands.
Thank you.
I'll plane shift a lot of us. Another slot off and get us up to. I can't drop us any particular spot in Wyndon. I can just choose Wyndon, and then you decide where we land.
Okay. In that case, we are going
Little
to.
throne room.
Let's hope it's somewhere on the ground, but not within.
You
building
land
foundations.
on the docks, like almost concerningly close to the water's edge, but you're all on the docks.
Woo!
So there's water there.
Yeah.
Yes,
push. No.
Alright.
Lucian wanders up to the dock's edge, throws up into the water again.
All right.
I'm gonna go over and I'll cast a Lesser Resto on him, thinking that will help.
Oh,
Does not help much because he is just suffering an adrenaline surge, and that he does not know how to handle.
I'm gonna
Can-
rub his
can-
back and just it's okay, Lucian. It's okay. You got us. You're all right.
I feel like I feel alive.
I haven't let this go. So I'm like 10 feet tall, leaning down to
Pat, Pat, Pat.
Lucian.
You see a little like a boat that's been rowed in the water, just sort of glides into the dock as the person stops rowing, just looks at you.
Gifton, you should probably let go as a form.
Drop.
Me and
the-
Dingus feel really safe like this, don't we,
Um,
Dingus? I look over at Dingus,
yes.
who's huge white feathered dragon.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
causing quite a bit of commotion.
we are sure that
Yeah.
Wyndon does not.
Yes.
They're in the middle of winter. It's not necessary now.
All right, fine. Okay, I let it go. I can't do
I'm
that for
sure
3 days.
Few
authorities
sailors
have already
whistle at you,
been alerted.
Gifton.
Huh?
Few sailors whistle at you, Gifton.
I'm gonna
Yeah, 'cause
tug
you're
my,
wearing the
my
very
skirt
short
down because it's that damn outfit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I've still got the
Very little
wings out though.
imagination.
So, what do we think the chances are that she just happened to notice me casting the spell at that point?
Probably that, and
Is-
we were talking about her a lot.
Is your detection amulet on or off? Wasn't that a big deal
Hold
before?
up the ring on the finger.
Well, that solves that mystery.
Given that only protects him, and we had many others going through the magic, I think that might be part of it. She's probably,
Well, he
she's
did-
probably been.
Cast the magic.
I wonder also if it might be the circle pinpoint might be harder because it doesn't take as long. It takes
could
me a
be.
while to get that circle going.
We'll have to figure something out because we can't have her messing with your magic. That's not allowable.
That
No
makes travel a lot harder.
teleportation via arcane means, then.
I don't actually know if there's a difference between what I do and what Carrick does. I don't know if magic is actually separated in that way. So it might be just very complicated for a bit.
I'm gonna make an arcane check, and I'm going to play a thing to reroll that because that's a really bad roll.
That's an amazingly bad roll.
If we're doing
Well,
the,
if you're
I
gonna
am
roll one other number
proud
lower
of
than
you
that.
for rolling
Okay,
so
I'm
that's-
going
badly.
to play to reroll that.
Right, that's better.
Well, that was Shaq's.
Yep.
So this is mine.
Okay, Carrick, you
Well,
get
that was
the
better.
you get the mortal knowledge answer, which is
Which is
they are separate fields. Arcane magic, druidic nature magic, and divine stuff don't interact. They are separate things in their entirety. So she shouldn't be able to influence the other stuff.
She shouldn't have access to yours, I don't think.
Shaxon, having spent some time with people that are far more well learned, including one that sees secrets beyond the mortal realm, Morgana's magic is actually the foundation for many others. It has very little influence over Define, but she could force it. Ilan's druidic magic is actually built on top of hers and could likely be influenced by it quite easily.
so it's going to fall down to every other type of magic is built with hers as a foundation. So if that can be affected, she can force it on the others. In
All
theory,
right, so we just need to make sure if we are going to do any kind of magic traveling, we do it as a group. That way, if she does
Yes.
meddle, that would be the way. Because if you're susceptible, I'm susceptible. We'll have to do it that way. We will use the empty when we don't have mixed company,
Yeah,
Corvus.
fair.
But when we have, but we will do what we can. We need to limit transportation, I think, for the short term.
Mm.
All right.
Yes, I think
That means we need to get what we need to get done in Wyndon because we won't be coming back. So we're, for one, folding a finger up. Carrick, the group of us are all going with you to go see your father. For two,
Yes.
after we meet with your father, all of us are
Yeah.
going to go see the High General, and we're going to get the cool little nifty package he has for me. And three, before we leave, we're all going to the Ilan Temple, and we're going to go get Father Ted. Is that clear?
Yes.
works for me.
No
Yes, Corvus.
separating.
Yes,
No
Corvus.
library.
No library. Unless you have a reason, then we're all going to the library when you go.
Well, I was talking about Gentle's library. This library, Wyndon's library.
That's what I mean. If you want to go to the library, we're
I'm
moving
not
as a group.
I'm not sure that I just let's do this.
I'm saying if you want to go see Lady Gentle and go into her library, then we're going as a group. We're going as a group everywhere right now. Because we have the Eyes of Morgani on us, and who knows what the hell's going to happen.
Another thing on the
and at some point, we
magic
need to get
travel.
poor sweet Lucian home, and that way he won't have to be party of all this. Because poor dear boy.
We do need to get his dropped off while we're there, also for when we're meeting the High General.
And
Lucian just nods, dabbing his mouth with his handkerchief, sort of starting to compose himself.
You sure you want to get into the big scary magic? You know.
That is
Morgani acting up. You sure you want to do this right now?
Yes. What? Hang on. She's not going to mess with my demon summoning.
I mean, she might.
I'm not going to have magic
associated with us.
I'm not going to have magic robbed from me.
No.
It is not robbed from you. We are not saying in the long term. We're saying in the short.
It may be best to do it when we're not around.
If it's that big a deal, should you not be avoiding doing things like prestidigitation?
This is true.
Corvus walks by Lucian and pats him on the back. If only you knew.
No, I was actually just more worried about the dangerous sorts of magic, where you're bringing up creatures that you think you're controlling, but you might not have control.
Stilling magic.
I mean, there's only three possible difference between casting fireball and summoning water. If she can influence things.
Well, that terrifies me. Thank you for that, Lucian. Cool. All right, well, let's go meet Carrick's dad. Keep on task. We have things to do and a world to save, all right?
Lucian's looking down at his hands hesitantly.
Haven't you always wanted to meet Carrick's dad, Lucian?
I mean, yes, Listen, the how...
Just keep moving.
He's just going to start rambling about how draconic lineage is passed down and seems to skip generations and yet re-emerge. And, he's interested.
Kind of gently push or, guide toward.
Do let any medical practitioner know if you feel any tingling sensations.
Not this one, though.
Shut up.
Okay, quick question, Yuli.
Yes.
Are we passing by Millie's on the way there?
No.
No, we're at the docks. It's the opposite side of town.
Well, we don't.
Where are you going first?
The dock. We have seen the map before. The docks are on the east side of town, or
the west side of town.
And she's on.
Millie's is northeast.
Yeah.
But
I remember the map.
If we're going over to the outside or whatnot.
Where are you heading first?
I was just saying that's the thing is we don't know where.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. No. He is actually staying at a cheap place, which puts him dockside. So, yes.
Really close. Cool.
Yeah. So you actually have to head a little south.
I'm guessing Raziel knows probably where it is.
Yeah, Raz is familiar enough to guide you.
I'm doing that annoying doting sister thing where I'm straightening up Raziel's outfit a bit because we just went through a harrowing ordeal. And then I'm gonna actually cast some healing spells on Telde, which I'll just do on the sly. So.
Jax is going to be very calmly as they're walking down the street, just pulling ammunition out of the quiver and reloading his rifle, then reloading and putting it back on his back.
Not at all weird.
Yeah, that does cause some mild panic. Like you do get a few people.
I'll have a badge out in one hand as I push.
Repeating attack. Oh, no.
I know.
He'll sigh a bit as people do it and just take it and stuff the entire rifle into the quiver.
I'm sorry. I love that. I know it's really possible, but it's like something you expect to see, like a mime or like a clown in a circus, just rifle.
There's a certain point Jax reads where all decorum goes out the fucking window.
After about 20 minutes, you arrive on the southwest side of town, and it's an okay establishment. Looks like it is a tavern with rooms for boarding. It's not the most fancy place you've been. But it's not run down either. It's like well maintained, just
Middle of the road.
aging. Yeah. And Rez just sort of gestures in and goes, "This is the address.
Question: are we all going to rush in there, or is it just like Carrot goes in and
Do you want us to all take a seat at the table while you see him, or?"
You want to take your
Yeah.
best friend, Lucien?
we just come in staggered?
We could just act very non-conspicuous and stand in the corner and then talk about
I
Carrick and point
slowly
at him.
dim my halo because I
Uh,
scrambled.
Raziel actually reaches out, grabs Lucian's shoulder, and just pulls him in slightly and goes, "I'm sure his questions can wait until after Carrick has met his father."
Sure. If you all hang out someplace, I'll around just in
Jack is going
case.
to sigh slightly as well for Gorf, who's saying we come in looking inconspicuous, and he's coming to calmly point at Gifton and Talday that himself and just go, Angel, Mechanical Man, Hexenreich Military.
Yeah.
I'm on a
Speaking
date
of,
with Echo. I don't know what you guys are worried about.
You're
Be-
Did you bring her flowers?
He has not
Are
gotten
you
me
okay?
flowers.
How
Aw.
rude of you.
I'm gonna pull a seed out, bloom a flower, and then force it into Corvus's hand, and then start
For a
elbowing.
second there, I thought you were going to be a better date and just give it to her directly and be like, "See, I'm better. Become one of my wives."
No, I'm helping. I want Corvus to have a relationship. I'm helping. Here's flower.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna look at Corvus and look at Echo.
Well, we're not. I guess maybe we should go in first then.
Give me my flower.
It. Corvus is trying to get himself composed, and he's like, he turns, is like, "Would you like to go into the tavern to get something to drink and possibly to eat?" As he hands over the flower.
She smiles brightly, and she just sort of like tucks the flower behind her ear, and
It's
goes,
very beautiful.
"I would love to do that."
All right.
If it'd been like a week ago, I'm sure I looked at the flower and ate it.
So they're getting a separate table, and we will
Hey,
have
let's
to
play
sit at
romantic
another.
music for them.
Wow. Before
Corvus
Corv,
would take Echo's arm and I guess turn around because Carrick's addressing them.
no.
Yeah.
I said the wrong name. I was just trying to say Carrick for some reason because
Oh,
you were
okay.
talking. I said Corvus. Carrick's gonna actually get rid of the wings for now.
Okay.
Carrick's going in there as actual half elf. So.
Oh God, he's ripping off his wings.
Yeah.
Right.
No, sorry.
Right, are you gonna go in as a group, or are you letting him head in a little bit first, or are you guys going in ahead of him? How you?
Corvus and Echo already left.
Okay, you've
those
headed
two
on
already
in.
there.
Okay.
Carrick, I guess I'll go in first, and Carrick's gonna go on in, and Carrick actually doesn't know
What
who
he
he's
looks
looking for, so Carrick's gonna kind of head to the bar
Okay.
part of the tavern.
You head into the bar. The tavern inside, much like the outside, worn down but well kept.
It looks like I get to have a lovely date with you, wonderful gentlemen. And Gifton's gonna smile at Shaxon, Raziel, Telday, Lucien.
Waiting for at least one of them to say.
Raziel rolls his eyes with a bit of a smile. Lucien actually looks momentarily panicked, as if like he knows that you have actually built a literal harem so far.
Lucien, please come with me for a moment. You do need to rehydrate.
Oh yes, indeed. I'm going with Telday, and he makes no further excuse and follows Telday.
If there is a kind of bar, I'm going to that
Jax is just
part.
gonna go, we may as well make ourselves the most conspicuous group of the three.
I'm gonna take both their arms and walk Shaxon and Raziel.
Yeah, but I'm fairly certain Gifton is still in
I
the
still got my
uniform.
wings. No, I'm in my freaking
Yeah.
Brassian uniform.
Yeah, I meant to say Brassian.
This is the best part. Brassian uniform, big freaking glow, big angel. Since I turned the halo off.
It's
So-
a known former general on one arm and a man in a Hexenreich uniform on the other.
And Cassie, you going in after him?
What was that?
You going in after him, Cassie?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a minute or two.
Okay. All right. So when Echo and Corvus enter the bar, barkeep just gives them a little nod. He doesn't seem to be taken back by their presence. And as you sort of take a table, he just motions one of the sort of wait staff here to go over and see to you. Carrick entering and walking up to the bar. Again, he doesn't react to any strangely to that. He just notes your fine clothing and sort of puts down the mug he was polishing and goes, what can I get you, lordship? And he says that almost questioningly.
Carrick's not going to correct it. Technically trade.
I mean, it's correct. So.
I'm going to do it quick. I'm actually, having worked long enough in here, do I see, basically I'm looking, do they have a keg sitting tapped
Yes, they do.
out? My brain.
You see a
All your
keg.
brain
You
doesn't
see
wanna
a
process.
few wine bottles. Like there's nothing fancy here. But they do have a few wines as well.
Can I see? I'm gonna. The first wine I see that isn't,
They got
horrible.
red and they got white.
Yeah, I'll order a white. Whatever
Okay.
the weight says.
Yeah.
And I was actually asked to meet. So did it say to ask for him? I can't remember.
No, it just said that he'd be here.
He'd be here. I'm looking for. I have to go look. I don't have my character. I haven't had my bio sheet. It's been a little while. I'm an idiot. That's right. It's my old character name. I was looking for a gentleman named of Cohis. He sent me a letter saying he'd be here.
Cois? I don't know a Cois.
Did anyone say they were if person named Carrick came around to get them?
No, I'm not familiar with that name either, sir.
I'm gonna double check the letter real quick to see if he had a different name
Went to
listed
the
or
wrong
anything.
address.
Love if I did that.
That one's. No, he
here's
signed it
Peking
with his
question.
name.
I'm gonna kind of show the gentleman the letter and be like, just making sure I'm at the right location, and point to where this is here, correct?
Oh, yeah, this is here.
I have a feeling he.
I recognise those letters. We got it up on above the tavern.
Yep.
Good to hear. Well, I will
I recognize those shapes.
have some drinks and see if any sign of the person, or if they find me. Thank you very much.
No problem. And he sort of leaves you with your glass of wine. Notably, does not actually ask you to pay straight away. And then, as you're drinking, the rest of the group starts to filter in, which does catch his attention. Telday wandering in as a knight in shining armor with, Lucian, does cause an eyebrow raise and a sort of panicked walking over, and Telday addresses you as, sir. Sir Knight,
This man has been on a long journey and needs sustenance, especially a beverage. Several, likely.
Of course. I can fix him up something. What about yourself, sir?
I do not need any at this time, but thank you.
He nods and does a sort of like awkward half bow back, scooting back towards his kitchen, and then you see his eyes drift over to the doorway as everyone else starts to come in, and just that look of confusion increases.
I'm glad I'm not the standout group.
That's just because they haven't seen your eyes yet.
You're just a
what
happy
are my
couple.
Glasses. Yeah, just a happy little couple. It's fine.
And he
Nothing
just sort of
amiss.
mumbles like, "What in the gardener's name's going on?" And he quickly just sort of waves to the waitstaff who's just taking your order, Corvus,
Oh, he's an Ellen worshipper. I'm so pleased.
and gestures for her to attend to the other people filtering in as he heads into the back room in quite a hurry.
She probably gives just as much of a look of what the actual crap.
She looks entirely uncaring about the situation. Comes over and just goes, "What do you all want?"
Oh, what kind of meats do you have?
We got mead.
All right, great. I'll have one of those.
Right.
I will as well.
Do you have
Good.
any food?
Yeah, we got food.
I'll take some food.
Okay. Right. Lunch dish for you. Rest for you.
That works.
Okay.
I need 2 lunch dishes, actually.
2. Okay.
Yep. Thank you. My pet dingus.
Cassie.
Yes.
She looks over to you and goes, "Sorry, we don't serve kids."
I'm older than you.
She has a condition
Right, you are.
and a smart mouth.
Okay, I'll have that for you in a second. And she just walks off.
You know, when I was that age, my parents never called that a smart mouth.
As time
Call it a
starts to
double mouth?
pass, drinks are served up, food is brought out, which is it's a stew, a nondescript one.
Me and Dingus are playing a game called Is This a Potato?
Mystery meat.
It's
Yeah.
definitely mystery meat.
But are
The
they
answer
on
consistently is
sticks?
this is not a potato.
And this might in fact be last night's dinner stew.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah. And every now and then you'll see the barkeep popping his head out from the kitchen door. Seems to have refused to come back out. And then there's another guy with him, and they're just sort of gesturing, mumbling to each other. And then they vanish again. And while this is all happening, Carrick,
Yes.
coming downstairs from the rooms up top, is a man that bears some resemblance to you. It's not quite all there, but you just get the feeling that's your father.
I'm gonna wait until he actually gets down and see which way he's going before I.
He comes down, and he's actually sort of counting through his coin purse as he's walking down the stairs, and there's a clear frown on his face, and he's got hair that has started to grey. It's sort of pulled back in a bit of a ponytail, a short one, and that seems just to be to keep it out of his face. Where his hair's grown out, it feels like he's just not gotten a haircut recently. He's wearing travelling clothes which look very worn, patched up in places. And as he hits the bottom of the stairs and tucks his coin purse into a jacket pocket, he looks up, sees you, and starts slightly. And then he just goes, "You, Carrick?"
Yes.
There's a momentary look of surprise on his face, and then a wide smile crosses it, and he sort of hurries over and goes, "I didn't think you'd come."
It took a little while for me to know you were here and get some time to actually get over here, unfortunately.
Oh, and he takes a stool beside you and sort of his hands move towards you, and then they sort of like stop and move back as if he's like not entirely sure how he should interact. And he goes, "Let me get you a drink."
The drinks are on me today.
No. I insist. And then he sort of purses his lips and turns away from you briefly as he motions to the barmaid and goes, "Couple of maids, please. You drink mead?"
I can drink some mead.
Good, cool. And as she comes over, pours out drinks, you see him very carefully counting out a few copper pieces from his pouch, puts them down on the counter.
I'm gonna put my hand down over them. My treat. neither of us have seen each other in a while. Let your son give you a treat.
There's a look of guilt on his face, but it's cracked by a very small smile as he just, all right, right, Dad. And he takes his copper pieces back.
I'm gonna put coins. I have a pretty good idea. Having been tavern long enough, I have a rough idea. I'm gonna put enough to cover the wine and the 2 meads down, just so they're down in front.
Yep, okie
dokie.
Are you going to avoid doing like ridiculously large coinage?
If you want to include your wine and cover maybe a couple more drinks to come, like a silver piece will do.
Okay. Yep. I'll pull a silver out and put it down. So what? Great. Someone's trying to climb in my lap. Shadow, go lay down.
It's the
Don't fall down
tavern
in your lap.
cat.
Someone's trying to climb in your lap. You hear it. You hear a familiar kobold's voice going, "It's me."
Sorry. There's a storm outside, so she's being.
Oh, a baby.
So, I wasn't sure where you've been.
I've been all over the place, just moving about.
I'm guessing you had heard what happened at Tarnstead.
I didn't actually get any word of it until quite recently, when the stories of you started to float about. And he actually sort of glances around the room, goes, "These are your friends."
Yes. They were concerned with everything that's going on, that someone might be trying to impersonate you to do less savory things.
He grimaces a little bit and just goes, "No, just me."
When we left Tarnstead, when we got to Dulwood, I did try to find where you had been heard from last, but we ended up not making it out to there. I think they had said Needlewood was.
I had to move on from there. He closes his eyes briefly and just goes, I got into a lot of trouble a long time ago. Why I left you. I'm sorry.
I was a child. I do not know all of what happened, but do not think you were leaving me to leave me, so.
Me and your mother had our own issues, and I had bad coping methods. I owed some people a lot of money, so.
I see. Yeah, mother.
How is she?
She is over in. Crap. Are we in the? No, we're not.
Wintercroft.
Yep. Thank you. She is over at Winter. She's over in Wintercroft.
Shift you guys over to main map.
We're in the astral plane.
Not anymore. Do you want to go back there?
All the magic stops. All the magical stop again.
It's just Wintercroft, and she's all right. She's
yes, she is. She is safe.
Healthy, happy.
Very much so. Don't know how happy she'll be when she actually finds out what her grandchildren are, but
grandchildren
will be. Yes.
Your dad's gonna be your granddad. Surprise!
Yes.
You wear a ring, right?
Yes, I do have both the ring and then also a wedding ring. Also,
you see, when you mention grandchildren, he actually does sort of glance down towards your hands, and his face lights up a little bit and goes, "You've got a wife."
Yes. Can I look at him? How long have you been up here around Winden.
I only got into Winton a few weeks ago.
Okay. That means you did not meet her father. That's actually probably for the best. Yes, she is actually a half dragon.
Oh, right. Like yourself.
Yes and no at this point. Both her and I are kind of more than that now, thanks to great grandma.
Great grandma, like on.
Lynn.
Right. Yeah.
She did bring. She is the one that brought the letter to me, and
So that's the one that reached you.
yes.
Okay.
I take it you were trying others also.
Yeah, I was.
One found its way to me, and that's the important part. Yes, she actually, Talia actually, used to live up here in Winden. That's actually where I met her.
I'd love to meet her.
Definitely.
Sorry, that's really forward of me after all this time.
It's understandable. I also would say I don't know how soon I would be able to arrange it. We're actually living down in Beacon now. That's actually out of character. Did our connection to Beacon a public thing? Like,
Very public,
yes.
I think.
okay. I wasn't sure if it was one of those things of the people in Beacon know what we did, how connected we are, but
we
outside.
kind of like we were the founding group for Beacon to exist.
Yes.
Because our
it is a matter of official record, and you have a very performative race in your little city that will happily do a song and dance about how Beacon was formed to any trader that comes through.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's a public thing before I
Yeah.
started. Yeah, as you probably have
Is
heard,
it literal
Theater
metaphor for
troupe
planning?
about us.
there's probably plays about us.
Oh, there are.
Multiples.
Have you seen that episode of
horrified.
Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. So, we're down there.
I don't
but-
appreciate the sock puppet they use for gifting.
I mean, there's far worse things they could use than a sock puppet.
Oh.
They could have used something even smaller.
Oh.
But unfortunately, I am not as easy to reach down there as would be thought. There's a lot of stuff we have been doing.
He actually just sort of scratches the back of his head and goes, "It actually it costs quite a lot to get a letter sent down there."
There are other ways to take care of stuff. I'm gonna do something. Oh, I get to roll that a second time because I forgot I actually get advantage.
It's okay.
I am
We know that
rolling
We're kidnapping your father and taking him back.
Insight
to Beacon.
check.
This is where this is going.
What are you trying to insight?
So I'm trying to judge how sincere he is. Is this person pretending to do this, or is this person being genuine in how they're acting?
Eric, a lot of this does seem genuine.
Mhm.
Like the guilt on his face and everything like that. You do feel like he is hiding something, though.
Okay. It was whether I do an offer or not.
As a small aside, Shax is unashamedly while they're eating, keeping an eye on that and putting specific feet. I can find my feet section, son of a bitch. He's reading both their lips, basically.
Okay.
Well, it's because if do we have an angle for you to read both their lips? Because
I'll say you can see one of them. Who would you like to observe?
The father.
Father. Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
be,
what he's more concerned about.
So what got you to look for me after all these years? Besides the name and everywhere.
Yeah, sort of fiddles with his mug on the countertop and looks down a little bit and goes, I'd be lying if I said, look, I do feel bad about leaving you and your mum, right? I really genuinely do. And part of me's always wondered how you're getting on, what you're doing, if you're alright, you know. But, I mean, I could have reached out before, couldn't I? Could have tried.
I mean, I will openly say if you'd sent something when Tarnstead was still there, I have a funny feeling I wouldn't have probably gotten the letters anyways.
I don't know, hearing these stories about my own kid going out and doing all these things, I realise you're doing a lot of dangerous stuff, and there might not be a time in the future to get to know you.
I intend to continue to go through these because I do have children. I'm very soon. Within a couple months, I think now. It's getting hard to keep track of that. And I intend to be there for them, so I do tend to be here for quite a while.
And I want you to know that I've not come for your money. I've not come to get stuff off of your name or anything. Okay, I don't want anything from you. I just wanted to come and say I'm sorry.
Okay, I like that 30. I like the 30.
You want? Do you have advantage?
Yeah, because I always have advantage on insight.
Okay. Okay. He does seem sorry. However, you're not entirely sure that sorry is for what he's saying it is.
Okay.
This all feels like it is. He's mixing in some truths to mask stuff.
Other stuff. Okay.
He did, but he was honest. He was not there for your money. He's not there to profit off your name.
He's there because my
I wasn't actually sure if that was actual meant to be a sound there, or if that was an accidental.
Gifted with her bowl of soup because she's not bothering to use her ability to do insight on this. She's letting it roll.
That's fine.
She's drinking her soup.
My brain's going. She's casting thaumaturgy while she drinks her soup just to make everybody in the hole.
I'm sitting here wishing I had Prestige so I could change what my soup tastes like. I'm sitting there looking at Raziel going, you could make this better.
Dingus keeps dipping his muzzle down into his soup and then go
I understand, Father. You're sorry. I'm glad that you've not only come to do that, but did find me. Want to try? Think anyone can hear that, but I hope not. Dog's mouthing making sounds at me.
I can't hear it.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a place to stay besides here in Winden?
Not really. I'm trying to get a job here. On the docks so that I can keep the rent up here. Or But even if I can't, I'm used to roughing it a bit, so I'll be fine. I'll be around here.
Since I had recently been with, why am I forgetting your name? Leader of the Warforged, our mayor, Nathaniel. Did it seem that people were looking for workers around that I could get from when I was inquiring about mine?
Beacon is still expanding and is still looking to bring in outside work. Yes.
I may know a place down in Beacon. They're still looking for workers of all sorts. We're still expanding.
He shakes his head a bit and goes, "I couldn't afford the passage. It would take me so long to get down there."
When we made our session, we decided were we going back to Beacon after all this, or had we said anything out of character?
We are going back to Beacon most
Okay.
likely, because that would most likely be where we're gonna go. Because I figure we're just going to kidnap Father
Yeah.
Ted. We do have to do a side trip to Dolvewood, though.
Yeah, we have to drop off Lucian.
Lucian might go, "I'm not going to take the cart back."
Or you can just kidnap him and
He
take him
doesn't
with
have
us.
any clothes or anying. He packed nothing because he thought this was.
Yes, but he did just get attacked by scary astral dreadnoughts, so it's hard to balance.
To Raz's place, and he can just stay there for a while.
The warehouse.
And you mean he has
Also,
access to?
they have a bank account up here, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we will be going back to Beacon today. We do a quick count. We should be able to take you with us. It might be best not to until I've one introduced you to my wife to have you at the house, but I can always spare a room in the in my tavern.
I mean, I'd love to. I'd be happy to, but I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want me to. Like, we've only just met after all these years. I don't want to intrude into where you live, your life.
No, and
if you want me, I'll happily come down.
Family is family, and I have not had the ability to give you even a first chance. So, and that way I can get to know you also.
And yeah, I'd like that.
We have some stuff we need to do around town before we do. I can come back here and let you know when we are ready to depart if there's stuff you need to do beforehand. Whatnot.
Not much I need to do, but yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, I will be back to find you. We have a trip that we have to take care of soon, so we are taking care of some stuff here that we need to do before we leave.
Well, and no rush. I'm not going anywhere, so.
No problem. I'm gonna actually kind of lean over and give him a slight hug.
He actually looks surprised at this, and he returns it in a very awkward manner.
There is a sudden high-pitched noise from across the bar, and
you get that sort of little pat on your shoulder, Carrick.
That was from the dad,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah. And he just goes, "I'm sorry I wasn't
That's
there."
not the way.
Well, I'm here now.
Yeah, I am glad that I have been able to meet you again. Family is very important.
Did you hate me?
Jared kind of looked at him and I didn't know you at all, and honestly, Mom really didn't say a whole lot about you.
Oh, right.
So,
Of course.
I just knew you weren't there. I wasn't the only one that had a parent or both parents missing there, so Actually, kind of looking over a little bit over at Corvus at that point. Actually,
We
He's
were the No
just-
Kids Club. The No Parents Club.
I'm like, I hope we all had no kids. None of us were old enough. Ah,
I speak for yourself.
I don't know. Okay, I mean, are you talking about Shax or Eric at that point?
I mean, technically, you're on both accounts.
Well, it's okay if you resented me or still do. I just want you to know that I would have been there if I could.
I did not resent you. I'll be honest. I was. Mom was good at keeping me busy, especially when I was old enough to start working at the tavern.
Oh, she got you working tavern, did she?
Yes, that actually is what I thought. Well, I shouldn't say thought. It is technically what I still do. It's just my tavern now instead of someone else's.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you had a happy childhood, right?
I did. More attention from the ladies of my age than I wanted and probably should have had, judging by some of the looks I got from some of the other townsfolk, but
He smiles and just crosses his arms in his back a bit and goes, "Oh, well, at least I gave you something then."
Glares from Corvus.
grin.
And they,
And
Yeah, you had a date. Why are you glaring?
I was just aside.
And Carrick, objectively, your father is not an unattractive man. Quite the opposite. Like he looks a bit aged now, but for something that might just
He's a
add to
silver
it,
fox.
yes. If he was actually dressed up in
fine
finer
wine.
clothes than he was,
Mm-hmm.
had a haircut.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I have this really funny feeling that we're gonna get back to Beacon. I'm gonna have a. You want to make lunch for your father? I'm hoping not, but I have a funny feeling. Do you like? How is his mead been?
he has not downed it. Like it seems he savors it. So
Yeah.
he's still got a cup of like half cup.
I look at what's down there. Consider what's there. To get what lunch or what time is it? Daytime, morning, lunch.
Yeah, it's morning. It's approaching like lunchtime. That's what they're starting to serve. You think
Okay,
that stew might actually be the breakfast menu as well, but
They
Not
might
surprised.
only have one menu.
Basically.
They're working on.
And
They're,
the
wor-
dinner
they're,
menu
the,
for the
they are
following
basically
night.
gonna scrape it out,
Uh-huh.
maybe, and maybe scrape it out. They might just add more to it and call it the dinner stew.
yeah.
Just look. Use what's left there to get what lunch and whatnot for yourself.
You sure?
Yes, absolutely. I did not, by the way, when I opened it, I did not have it shown so that he could easily look in anyways
Mhm.
on what I had.
Yeah.
But, yes, I think we should need to get going before we end up not being able to do a couple of our appointments that we have. Because
Of course,
at least one of those may be a while.
I know you're busy. You're important folks. So he stands up. In that, it's the usual thing of standing up to bid someone farewell. Yeah, he's readying himself for it.
Oh no, I think they're parting ways. You think that's what's happening? Raz, do you think they're parting? I think
And
oh no.
he
Jax is just from
so
the Jax is sorry. You go.
in the peasant, he opens up his arms to like give you another small hug.
I mean, give him a hug back.
I'll see you later.
Yes. I will see you later, Father.
Yeah, he smiles hearing that, and he sort of turns and gives you all a sort of acknowledging nod, and then he just sort of pipes up, not fully confidently, like he's having to force himself to pipe up, just because you keep my boy safe.
Hi, Papa Carrick.
Jax, who has not broken eye contact that entire time, just does a very calm nod.
I thought Lucian's supposed to get to meet Papa Carrick. I say to Jackson.
Jax
I'm gonna.
You have him lodging in Beacon. You'll be able to see him.
I will start heading over towards the rest of the group, and we go over there and go. When we go to leave, I'm going to come pick him up, and I offered him a stay in my tavern, and since we're always looking for workers down there, I told him he would be able to probably get a job in Beacon since he is looking for one. But we have stuff we need to do, so.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Was your father a father of Morgani?
I do not know, but.
And that is something we should find out beforehand.
It is a good point. I think we can do that when we come back, because we should. She wants out, and that's where I'm trying to finish this up. We should get to our other things, and we can find out more when we get back. I left him money to get his food and such for the day. But we are finishing what we need to finish.
I'm doing the shy wave over at Papa Carrick. He's still there.
He gives you a little wave in return. The smiles.
Stepping away real quick to take care of her.
Okay. All right. You're all able to sort of, finish your meals. Not the most pleasant meals, so if you do finish them, it's up to you. If everyone deducts 5 copper pieces if you had a meal, 2 copper pieces if you just had a drink.
All right. I'm leaving a gold piece because I had a double meal. If it's 5 and double, right? So it would be about right for
that would be 7 copper pieces.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave 2 silver pieces.
Jesus
for
I don't
what
understand.
I got,
What's the
from
price of a
Lucian.
banana?
Well, because a banana costs $10.
Listen, I don't have that many silver pieces on me. I have more gold pieces. This is clearly the reasonable option. I am leaving them a gold piece.
By the way, if Gifton had mentioned the food thing, Jax would have just quickly pressed her food, and he already pressed his.
Raziel's actually going to frown, and he pulls out his own purse and goes, "Meals on me. Take your money back. Stop destabilizing Wyndon's economy." And he's actually going to put down an appropriate amount with a tip to cover everyone's meals.
Cass is just going to look at him with a pouty face, but it's so much fun.
All right, then I'm handing Raziel a gold piece.
Fine. And he takes it and pockets it, does not complain.
You can be my master of coin, please.
And
he has learned what fights he can and can't win.
then he sort of leans back in his chair, like, the chair tips back a little bit, and looks over at Corvus' table and goes, "Make sure you pay normally."
I am paying normally.
2 plat later.
If he is on a date, should he not tip well?
Yes, that's paying normally.
Saying don't pay in multiple gold pieces.
All right, well, why don't we go to Father Ted's since we're on the south side of town? Right?
Yeah.
And that makes more sense than running all the way up to go see the general, and then we can give Ted enough time to get packed while we're waiting for Carrick's dad to get packed, right? And then we can just all leave at once, and that'll work, right?
Good idea.
Good plan. All right.
Fun.
Okay.
Go see Father Ted we go.
Right, you'll filter out the tavern and head down to Father Ted's, which not too long a walk from here, just a few minutes. You're at the main gate, and to Father Ted's little temple.
Meanwhile, back at the bar, the barmaid's like, "Well, where did they all go?"
I had my soup.
No, she was like, "Oh, thank God, less people."
Yeah.
Smoke break.
Right, you reach Father Ted's, and the small doors are open. Wandering in, he is in there. He is just looks like he is preparing some like a later sermons. Like he's basically noting down things he wants to say. He's checking parts of his book. Here's where I'm going to be reading from.
Oh, Father Ted!
And he glances up and goes, "Oh, Gifton, wonderful to see you."
Ready can you be to leave?
He looks concerned at you.
The
Like
lady is trying to kidnap you.
No, don't say it like that. I'm on official business.
with
She
some.
would like to know if you would like to accompany us to Eunice Affleck.
See, well, with some hesitance, I say that I am ready to leave at a moment's notice. Please don't question that. But
Why are you ready to leave at a moment's
Gifted.
Huh?
No.
Oh fuck! I just realized, are we within 60 feet of him?
yes, yeah, he's a werewolf.
Actually,
Yeah.
just gonna look at it for a second, go and just nod, and go. I see.
Anyway, the great Lord of the Forest, Ilan, has extended an invitation for you to come and go to Yenna Saflak with me. We're supposed to go together.
He very slowly closes his book and just sort of like leans both hands on his podium.
I really mean it. It's not a lie.
And he's looking towards you, but like sort of gazing past you a bit as if he's trying to process this information.
And unfortunately, we will have to go quickly.
Ilan has
not-
extended an invitation to me.
Yeah, I can get you verification if you need it.
They say that you are his
Probably cloned.
chosen,
Who the hell is saying this bullshit?
It's- being passed through the priesthood. Some are being visited by angels.
Yes, the angels are passing around, and we already know who. Remember?
Angel, that's-
Well,
Fair, it's not technically untrue.
how quickly do you need me to prepare? I'd like to leave somebody in charge of the temple.
We are gonna go talk to General Stenhouse as we need to get a couple things before we're gonna leave Winden. How much time would you need?
Can you give me an hour?
Easily an hour.
In
So give you about an hour and get your things together. We will be going to Beacon for the next day or so, and then we will be traveling the trees to Yennis Aflac after that. There is a person, place, and thing that we are going to.
free
we-
trips?
Huh?
You're going to see a
For,
person and a place and a thing. There's 3 places
Yeah,
we have.
same place.
They're one person. It's a one person. It's a person who is a place who is a thing. It's a mountain.
You're at
that's
Father
a-
Ted's.
It's
Okay.
It's a mountain that is also a person. So it's a place, but a person.
Wonders of the Holy Father's land.
That is where the guide we have gotten for Yennis Affleck has said that we should go. They said there or Yggdrasil, wherever that is. Big tree, they said. So we're but
He
we're gonna
frowns
be,
a little bit when you call Yggdrasil a big tree.
I don't know a lot about Yennis Affleck. I have gotten us Telde got us a guide, so that'll help. But I'm certain that you know a lot, and that will help. But we've got somebody who's actually been there.
Not showing quite the reference that Sister Gardner did. He just smiles at Ugits and goes, "It's a wonder that you are his chosen. You know that."
Listen, I think you can't account for taste.
Clearly.
Work in mysterious ways.
But I am honoured by the invitation, and I will happily come with you.
Yeah, you are supposed to be getting a big welcome when you come, is what I have been told. I don't actually, I really should probably. One sec. Slapping it together real quick. Zakiel!
Orvis shakes his head.
Is there any particular information I should be giving Father Ted about his trip to Yennis Saflak and where we're supposed to take him?
There's a moment before you hear Angel Radio pick up Gifton.
Yeah.
And you hear, you can communicate through other means, sister.
It's like, no, I can't do
Just
another.
recently
sending.
figured out how to talk on this. I usually only can spy on everything all of you are saying. I'm just gonna
That's
Way
not-
to admit to
that's-
eavesdropping.
That is
Yeah, I was gonna say, you said that out
Been
loud.
eavesdropping
That's
for a
out
long. I say that out loud while I'm saying it
Okay.
in Angel Radio. 'cause
That
they
is
don't
the
know me
influence
there.
of the Mirror's one on you, I suppose. I'll check with Father.
Okay. All right, so I've got an angel checking on it right now for us, Father Ted. If there's anything special that we're supposed to do.
Maybe a hat.
I assume I should be prepared for travel.
Yeah, travel.
Idea.
I have been told there are violent plants there.
Oh yes, quite.
There are also violent elves there, I understand, too.
Carnivorous plants. I've always wanted to tend to one.
Well, you might be getting an opportunity.
And then Angel Radio comes up again, Gifton, and you hear, "Oh yes, Father says that if you want to bring him along, he can prepare a landing spot where he would be in good company. For one with his special needs."
Corvus was wondering what is the moon schedule currently.
2 weeks into a full moon.
Gifton has a confused look on her face because she doesn't understand the special needs in Father Ted. She thought he was a very intelligent man, so she's not sure. The
Druidic Circle of the Wolf will be prepared to take him in for as long as he wishes to stay.
I'm gonna reply on Angel Radio and out loud. We were supposed to go from the guide that Telde hired us for Guinness Affleck to the mountain that is a person and a thing. Is that near Circle of the Wolf?
I'll be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. There's like a rock formation that can move.
Which one?
There's multiple?
Yes, most. You realize that everything
Rocks
there is
do
alive.
move.
What?
Everything there is alive.
This is quite an interesting conversation to hear only half of.
You mean there's multiple?
I know a very nice river.
Well, there's some sort of like rock formation where the stones are kind of placed on it, and there's not really a lot of trees visible nearby, but some very big shrubs. I know what it looks like because I scryed it, but
You are describing quite a few locations. How about you land there, and then we will arrange passage for him.
Okay, sounds good. All right, great. All right, so
Tell him to prepare clothing for, well, harsh environments, but don't dress for heat.
Don't dress for heat. Got it. But now you mean don't dress for heat to be warm, or don't dress for heat like
yes,
to be hot?
don't dress to be warm.
Don't dress to be
dress
warm.
to cool down.
All right, just to cool down. Are people going around and telling people about me, because I'm getting some really confused?
Yes, looks like one of Miris's has been playing about.
Okay, great. So running into that a lot. Thanks. All right. Well, all right. So I'm gonna.
Do you wish us to clear it up?
As you see,
If you want, I could come and denounce you.
Oh, could you? Did Ilan say you could?
There's a bit of mirth on Sakiel's end as she says, actually, I fear that he would be quite cross if I did that.
Damn it. All right, well, we'll table that for later. Yeah, so, all right. Also, we're having a little bit of trouble with our magical conveyance. We'll have to discuss that at some point. Hi.
If you would like. What kind of issues with your magical conveyance?
Our last teleport pulled us into the astral plane. That's not where we were trying to go.
Would you like to be ferried to Ilan's continent? I don't know the exact location you're going to, but
if that might be prudent, what's the best way to do that? Could we arrange it? Because we have everybody to be ready in about the next.
There's a moment of silence, and then you just hear, "Sister, what do you think is the best way that I could do that?"
The kind of way that makes everybody vomit is the way I'm thinking.
Is that better than the astral plane?
It is better than the
Yeah.
astral plane. Yes. Okay. But we still got to get a guy from yeah. But all right. So yeah. How about
Firmer?
can you meet us in? Well, you can't go to Firmir, can you?
I would have to ask Father.
All right. Meet us in Beacon in a day and a half. Sunset.
I will prepare for a day and a half, but you call me when you need me.
All right. Sounds great. Love talking to you, Zachiel. Bye.
Always a pleasure. And yeah, enjoy the goes there.
All right, so we've got some time, but Zachiel's going to pick us up so we don't teleport. Sound good, everybody?
Thumbs up.
Sounds good to me.
The angel Sakiel.
Yeah. She's sweet.
I
Anyway, you need to dress for warm weather, but don't dress to be warm, but just for weather that's going to be warm. It's going to be muggy, probably.
yes, we're going to Ridden's Land.
Are you still eager to come with us?
It's
Incredibly.
okay if you don't want to.
No. This is a blessing. I'm a little shocked, I will say, so please do not think me unthankful.
Okay. She said that if it helps, she can come denounce me, if that helps. So, but she said that she thinks Dad might be mad if she does. But I got the option.
Dad?
Well, her dad, not my dad.
You are destroying this man's like vision of how like the divine mechanisms work, of like the loyal servant angels and their reverence for their lord.
He
You
is
mean-
a bit of a
you mean-
weird one.
Exactly what we do
Yeah,
on a daily
basically.
basis.
Yeah. All right.
This was
So
us
I'm
back
gonna
in our real life,
give
really.
Father Ted a big hug. All right. I have got a bunch of things to do and very little time to do it. You get yourselves prepped and ready. Bring whatever you need to bring.
I must ask,
You know?
how long are we going to be journeying to get there?
It will take a moment.
It's a moment. How long a moment?
All right. So
Instance.
Oh, you mean literally,
That fast.
literally a moment?
Yes.
literally.
Yes.
I thought that was a turn of
Believe
phrase.
it.
No.
No.
It'll be we are
I
here and then we are
understand your
there.
confusion with Gifton, but
Alright,
it
if
is
you
an
have-
instant.
If you have some ginger root, you might want to chew a little bit before we go. Not right now, but when Zachiel comes to get us, angels move very, very quick when they want to go someplace, and the rush can make you feel sick. So it's good to have something if you have some anti-sick to take.
I just must make sure of one thing is.
You are going to be at the Circle of Wolf enclave with there, and Ilan has
that
said
answers my
specifically
question.
that they will be able to handle your special needs. I don't know what that means, but that's what they said.
You don't know what the Circle of the Wolves is, do you?
No.
I don't think you know that he's a wolf either.
No, she
No,
doesn't.
I
Yeah.
have true sight.
Are you
but
saying that out loud, Corvus? Is that in character or not?
No, out of character.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just kind of like going. But whatever it is that you need to taken care of, they've already made arrangements for you.
So I would think about doing a roll for circle. I'm fairly certain that's not something I know for next night.
No.
Yeah. And I'm
Um.
not willing to give that a benefit
So
of
are
the
they
doubt.
sending you to the Circle of the Wolf because you have a pretty puppy spirit? I'm gonna say that because I have true sight and I can see this.
I suppose that's one way to put it.
Hey.
Wait, you're what? You're aware of?
Corvus taps his eyeglasses at Father Ted and nods.
I believe she is
I can see.
aware, yes.
I can see the puppy.
How many of you are able to perceive beyond?
Joshua very calmly raises his hand.
Corvus raises his hand as you know.
It always seemed like more trouble than it was worth.
He just stares at you all blankly. And does one of you educate her on what a werewolf is?
Thumbs up.
I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you about it when you get
Why
there.
is everything about Yennesath like about where and then and place?
It's a different where, Gifton.
Wait, does that mean you're a place wolf?
No, Gifton. Can we?
We have to go now. We will see you soon.
We will see you soon.
He smiles fondly at Ilan's chosen.
Special needs indeed.
They're going, wait, my father Ted's one of the smartest people I know. All right, shall we go see Stenhouse then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You leave him to
given
his
our-
packing.
As... Good.
Yep.
And that realization of 3 of the people in the room could just casually see what I am and didn't say anything about it.
After we leave Father Ted, on the earlier discussion of my father, I have a horrible plan for my well-being, but I could ask my mother if she knows back when they were together.
Why didn't you let Lucian talk to him? Lucian wanted to talk to your dad. Right, Lucian?
Well, we are going back there.
Lucian sort of mumbles and goes, Raz was explaining to me that there was a time and a place, and that was not it.
Oh,
You're not wrong.
so you're coming back to Beacon with us, right? And then
I
you're gonna
might
have
stay up here for a little bit. I have realised that there is business I can attend to. We have a small house that we have kept for us, so I will be comfortable.
Are you just scared to teleport again?
No,
Do you want me to get someone to take you home?
I
I can
can.
take him home.
No,
Mm.
I can arrange for my own journey. Do not worry about me. You just get me that license, and in fact, they've got better facilities up here for me to practice with.
Well, you're coming up. I'm gonna loop my arm around Lucian's arm. We're just gonna go see the High General really quick, all right? And we'll see if we
You
can get scared
won't
away.
tell him that I threw up because I went to the astral plane.
No,
We will definitely tell him that part.
I'm not
I mean, to
going
be
to
fair,
say
I
a
think most
word.
people would.
Most people would, yes.
It will endear you to him.
Does anyone think that's a good idea? Besides the fact that I will probably never hear the end of it if I miss contact.
Also,
her
it would
about
be very what? Huh?
that. I'm asking Mom if
Why do you not just ask him directly?
one, if what I think Shaxton is getting at, I have a feeling I don't know if we will get a correct answer from him. If
You're asking
My
if you can
guess-
see the star in the sky.
that is a good point.
From what we've been told
Okay.
from when others were turning, they do not give a light to that answer.
Do you actually say which stars or just the stars?
I believe it was
since-
Morgani.
the Eye of Morgani specifically. Okay. Carrick
Out
was
of
with
character,
you when
that's correct, right?
It is the
Yeah.
Eye of Morgani is the
Yes.
set. So okay, I wasn't sure if you
Those
just
are not remembering, so just I was making sure out of character.
Okay.
I got the name.
okay. Well, that's
You know,
turn.
Lucian, I could just have Dingus open up that doorway to my house from here, and we could connect it to Wyndon, and that's not a teleport. It would just be the connected doorway.
Oh, Fey magic is known to be incredibly stable and reliable, so
Yeah, you know.
certainly.
Words that we have
That
never
was
heard used
sarcasm.
together.
If you could leave it up for a little bit, it would be helpful. I genuinely do want to spend a couple of days here.
We could probably leave it up for a bit, and honestly, that might help in case there's anything else that needs to go on with Wyndon. Does that sound good with everybody? Where can we
It
park it?
would
You think?
mean removing it
Um,
from Vermeer, though.
We
Would it
could
not.
put. Yes. Is that okay?
Hmm.
I mean, I can get, but like, you realise that it's not a problem for me to book a very luxurious coach back home.
Yeah, but that's days of your time taken up.
Many weeks, in fact. In fact, I should get a ship. We have
See,
ships,
this-
you know.
Yeah, I'm certain that you know I have an angel brother, an older one that I could just call, and Dadriel could just ferry you back. Just grab you and take you for a flight.
Angel flight.
I know your favorite.
Well, how about you see what can be done, and if you can't do anything for me, then that is not a problem.
All right. Well, I have to talk to Dadriel anyways, but we're gonna go. Let's all go to see Stenhouse.
You'll start walking towards the keep. Raz is actually going to look over at you, Carrick, and just go, "How is your mother going to take this?"
She still doesn't know that her grandchildren are going to be dragons.
Papa
So I have all kinds of stuff that I will probably be paying for quite a while, and this will probably
Tell
just
your
add to
mother
it.
about the grandchildren on the way.
No, she knows of the grandchildren. She doesn't know they're dragons.
Does she know that they are
soul
eggs
dragons.
right now?
She knows that they are not here yet.
You don't think she would, expect that because a normal pregnancy would be done about now, that
Yeah,
she
she's
might
making her way down
way
to
to Beacon.
I told her when they
Lucian starts laughing.
I have gotten into many trouble with her.
Surprise visit you, is she?
And you think that you are not going to get in trouble for not revealing this?
Oh, no, I was planning on revealing it soon. I was just,
When they're eggs or dragons?
before
Wow,
the
look at the lines on
dragons.
the inside of my palm. I'm just gonna bring them closer to my face for a minute. Oh. My parents would have lynched me if I would have hid children from them.
No, she knows she's gonna have grandchildren. She just doesn't know what kind.
Brasiel's gazing up and smiling at the skies. He goes, if she just turns up when your father's already in town and this is unknown to either of them, it is like many a play I wrote back in the day.
On a second note,
Do you have any?
But
how many
no, not in this
is
world.
she thinking that you're going to be having?
She doesn't know that part yet.
Aren't you having
either.
like 18 children?
Yeah,
No, I am
a lot
not
of stuff that
following
you
your
know.
footsteps.
Isn't it like 8 or 10?
It is 9.
9. That was close enough.
That is like 8 or 10.
It is not like 18, though. No, that was going to be relatively soon. That was going to let her know.
So-
I do-
Hey, we have
Dragons.
Do you think I can have
Yes.
children?
9.
Echo pipes up out of the blue.
Oh,
Yes.
I bet you could. You just need to, further a relationship to a point where you get that.
She looks at you, Corvus, and just goes, "And require more flowers."
Yes, she
If
does.
only that was all.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I think
start
she's
blooming flowers from seeds in my pouch.
I'm sure
Ah.
that Heyo would be willing to give you some kind of a blessing.
Mm.
Oh.
A blessing of flowers.
Something
Yeah.
else.
Something
I
else
might be able to
entirely.
do that to assist with that also.
What? Don't touch. Going back to the no touch Corvus policy.
I don't
Corvus
need to
being an
touch
upset
Corvus.
father. Oh, could you
Oh,
imagine when
it's
his
real
children
simple,
is
Corvus. I learned how to do that.
What?
Mm,
No.
yes.
And now, pass. No.
Corvus is, I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Must stay away. It's fine. I'll just cast Cure Wounds on you to heal you. Oh, oops. That is not an in-character thing. I'm not
We
touching
are
it.
think we've
going
been
to
walking
General
as we're talking.
Stenhouse's. That's why it's so entertaining for the random people in the street who are seeing
I'm
this.
gonna open a cut in reality and just be in his office.
don't
Um,
cause
You do not want
alarm.
to do that.
Do you want to get arrested again?
If
He did want to revisit his jail cell.
It would be a
did.
different jail cell, unfortunately, for him.
Oh,
They'd probably
so
be
when,
nicer
when,
up here.
when you have babies, I'll make them clothes. We'll have the cutest of outfits for them. They'll be so great.
Might be my cell.
How many limbs do you think they'll have?
Healthy amount of limbs.
Yeah.
How many would you like them to have?
You all bring up a good point.
More arms would be
And
useful.
Mhm.
Carrick rummages around in his bag.
Do you have extra limbs in your bag?
Nope, pulls out a sending stone.
Oh.
Corvus does.
He's
Oh,
going
you
to
have-
talk to another.
Who are you sending to?
My mother. I ever said you so to her and wanted to tell you.
Are you gonna just drop it now?
Smart
I mean-
lad.
The plan was at some point when I actually had more than a moment to think about it. Unfortunately, we've been a little busy for me to actually collect all my thoughts on how to best do this.
Hey,
Well,
Mom, I met Dad. Okay, bye.
Rip the Band-Aid
No,
off
not that
now.
part yet. That's a different story. I'm gonna warn her about the dragons first.
He's lucky that we're not like, hey, can we see this? All right, so
No, he
Yoink.
knows better than that. He'd be sending his personal sending, going, "Don't listen to anyone else."
All right.
Keep going.
Well-
He's
well-
walking.
While he's doing that, I'll be going. I'm gonna. You know, I actually don't know if they know about Dadriel the gods do yet or not. I'm assuming they do because they know mostly frickin' everything at
I
this
mean,
point.
he was up with us, wasn't he?
No.
I thought he came up for the big with all of them.
of them.
Um,
Raziel.
Dadriel
Okay.
is known to some of the gods.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if I could just literally say Dadriel on Angel Radio and not have to worry about a god right now.
Good. Do we even know if gods can hear Angel Radio?
I would
You
assume.
don't know that.
I'll just do a.
You could ask the angel, well, ex-angel next to you.
Hey, Raziel, do you know if the gods can hear Angel Radio?
Oh, no.
Oh, cool. I'm just gonna go on Angel Radio. Dadriel.
Do they know about Angel Radio?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
You say Dadriel, and there's that constant hum on Angel Radio of angels conversing, not pushing their voices to the forefront, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of that goes quiet when you say Dadriel.
Uh-huh.
And it's just got that feeling of attention.
Everyone's like, ooh.
And you
There was
hear
a record scratch.
you hear a voice pipe up and go, well, this has been a while. Yes, sister.
We're having a bit of a problem with magic. Morgani is interfering with our teleportation and
And he
psych-
just told all the angels.
I don't really fucking care. And kind of redirected us into the astral plane earlier. I might need your assistance
hum
if you
Picks
are
back up.
able to come back here at some point.
Of course. You call me when you need me.
Of course. I have a feeling the hum stopped because everybody heard a name they'd never heard before.
And probably started back
don't
up when there was the whole mention of the astral fucking plane.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, nope, 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 nope.
Did you just say the astral fucking plane? Fuck.
Yeah.
She's very quiet. What the fuck? What the
Well,
fuck?
that's basically the first mention of of Morgani acting directly against you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's caused some chatter. But yes, Dadriel confirms that he can come when you need him. And
Cool.
you arrive at the keep. Let's see. Is Carrick's message happening?
Carrick is
I'm-
typing.
Yeah, I'm typing. I was counting letters.
Mhm.
There, it's under
Letters?
25.
I don't know,
Letters.
probably the
I'm
grandfather
words.
dragons.
Things are difficult.
Neglected.
Do you mispronounce a word during this?
Yeah,
No,
so
things are spelled correctly. I just cannot spell because, well, issues.
Do
Well,
see
actually,
hour-
the best-
what is
wait.
hour?
The hour. Like,
Whoa.
Due to-
O-U-R, hour.
There's
Hour.
an E though.
I know, I can't delete letters.
Oh,
The
okay.
E was in this type. I actually
Let-
literally
Okay.
tried to delete it.
Due to our? Our?
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed the
do I
word.
get the con-
It's our heritage is supposed to be the word.
Oh!
That's where the E came from, probably. I probably deleted all but the E on the heritage.
You got the E though.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
That's what we were wondering because we were looking and we're going like that doesn't make any sense in
It's-
context.
It's fine. The brain is going burr.
Um,
Okay.
it actually takes a little while for you to get a reply. In fact,
I have
you
a feeling.
don't get a reply. As
those
you guys
last few words are
actually no, you get a reply.
stinging,
You just
honestly.
get a. What do you mean?
Huh.
And that's it.
Wait, say that again.
You just get a. What do you mean? And that's it.
Great, now I have to figure out how to type more because I have one more sending. Wait, do I have a sending today? Did I already use it? This brings up a curiosity.
Carrick,
Keep
are you
going.
trying to send more sendings to your mom?
Her response was, "What do you mean?" And
Well, it was half a mean.
what do you mean? She has the same problem I do. What can I say? It's a family thing. I do have another sending, so I am going to cast sending as we're going through.
Right, you guys are way through the gate. Yeah, well, actually, you're saluted and such, General Greystill.
Yep.
You have no problem
Waving at everybody
getting
over.
entry. And you are shown immediately to General Stenhouse's office because actually it's not in his office right now. You are shown immediately to what looks like to be a communications room here, where General Stenhouse is.
I'm going to stop everybody when we're around the wall or the door before we go in. I go, General Stenhouse, can you read me?
Are you just cupping your hand to speak?
Yeah, just come. Yes,
Okay, I actually was curious about that.
The poor soldier that's roped into like leading you guys up gives them a sidelong glance, looks a little hesitant, as if like they're afraid of stepping out of line, and they just go, "Ma'am, the room is soundproofed."
Oh, damn it!
I mean, is soundproof? Is it magically soundproof?
No, sir, mundane.
I mean, you might be able to overpower the soundproofing.
No, we
not
don't.
You could overpower the soundproofing. Do you want to?
No, I don't want
No.
to. I look over to the soldier and say, I appreciate you letting me know so I didn't sit here and be more of an idiot than I already was. Thank you so much.
Didn't see any idiocy, ma'am.
No, that was entirely idiocy. That's all right. I give him a wink.
He looks distinctly uncomfortable.
All right, so yeah, we'll go in then.
Right. He tries to stop you taking the entire group in, but as you open the door, Stenhouse goes, "Oh, come on in, come in. It's wonderful to see you all." And he decides not to try and correct the High General on how security is handled here. So, yes, you're all able to go on in. A lot of the context in here look a little aggravated by
Big
this.
hug.
He hugs you back. And
Then I pop a proper salute to him after that.
and he just goes, "Have you met Sir Reginald here? He's one of the King's men, and this older gentleman who is just wearing a nicely tailored suit gives you all a respectful bow. It's not subservient, but he bows.
I give a subservient curtsy.
Good news, we are just finalizing the details of a permanent embassy between us and Faramir.
That's excellent. They're wonderful people,
Very
sir.
nice.
They're
Yes.
really great.
Yes, we'll have a few of theirs here, a few of us there. It's going to be a grand beginning of a beautiful friendship, I'm hoping.
Oh, this would be wonderful.
And
To make sure that the ones who come here will be able to speak Brass in common.
Sir Reginald nods and goes, "We are going to have those that have originated from the country that they feel are fitting. And, well, if they send offers over, we can arrange translation methods."
That is
Excellent.
good, because that was an unseen circumstance
Their
before.
whole city translates. It's amazing.
Yes, well, one of the many things we're hoping to be able to learn from them.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, could you imagine just having the whole of Wyndon being able to understand each other all the time? It'd be amazing.
I think it would be chaos.
No,
He's
not
less
chaos.
It's actually says extremely matter of fact.
Not chaos. Just eventually far more polite.
We are having to step up our timetable heading to Guinness Aflac. So I figured I'd check in. You said that I might be able to get a new radio because we're leaving mine with them.
Oh, yes, certainly. I could take you down and get that now if you want. You're able to finish this up, Reggie, and Sir Reginald just nods and goes, "Of course, Thomas, you go with your friends."
Also, this is Lucien Capet. He is a young mage who was a instrumental part of what we were doing over there.
He was at your wedding, yes?
Yes, he was. He was. He basically helped us with all the research.
The
and things
youngest
for,
Capet, if I'm right, yes?
Yes, he is.
It's a pleasure to meet you, boy. Well, I think we've met,
He
but
is seeking
properly.
a license, sir.
Yes, he is seeking.
What's he seeking a license for?
license.
He suddenly
wants
looks
to-
very hesitant to say it in this place.
Pull out
he's-
a piece of paper, hand it to
He
him.
is looking to expand his ability to do research legally, of course, in matters of the arcane. I believe he wants to be able to finagle into the infernal and such.
Oh, you're one of those. You want to be a warlock boy, do you? Not fully, sir.
He wants to have the options open as he was going to learn more about it.
Oh, it's fine. If you want to sell off your soul, many men have done that for something lesser than. Well, do you not know how to make the paperwork for him, General?
Oh, unfortunately, me and Brigadier Tilde have not quite figured that one out.
Oh, and let me show you what you got to do.
Just sign here, sir.
Oh, have you already got it prepared?
Yes, sir.
Would you treat Grace how to do this?
He said that it caught on fire earlier.
He did tell Corvus to bend over so he
We
could
were
use it as a
sitting in the
desk
pub
again.
at a brief period.
Yes, we call that using the common sense of the. What rank are you now?
I think he's a major general, sir.
It changes daily or hourly, depending.
Changes every time she mentions his title.
Now, one of the things you have to learn is that your men will always be undermining you, and sometimes for very good reason. And he will, in fact, sign the paperwork. You realise your signature is good for this?
It is?
Yes.
I wouldn't trust my signature for anything, sir.
Well, many of us will, so be responsible for that.
Oh, also, if we need to do a brief foray into Noran, into the no dark rock zone, is that a problem?
Yes.
Incredibly.
All right, is that going to be an incident that you'd rather forgive later than hear about now?
He's actually going to turn. There's been no conversation in this room. You didn't hear anything about anything to do with Noran's exclusion zone.
I didn't say anything about an exclusion zone. I said no black rocks.
I'm not a fool. Reggie, you finish up here, and he's actually going to take you by the arm, Gifton, and start, leading you out. And if you try to speak more as he's leading you, he just puts up his finger to his lips, just shh.
It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Carrick, do you have the coins?
You're not going to trick me.
I was going to wait until the end after we got the official stuff finished.
So Reginald actually nods his head to you, Telday, and he will close the door as you're all gone to the relief of some of the context. And Stenhouse basically just takes you into what looks like to be a private meeting room. It's not his office, but just co-opts one. And
it's close enough, and it's
there
fine,
might have been
I
somebody
guess.
in here working on paper out, and he just goes out. And yes, soon you're all alone. He's going, all right, what's this about Noran?
There is a very important person to what we've been doing, who unfortunately may be on their way into there, and we want to head them off at the pass and keep them from danger. So we're just thinking about it. Also, the rocks over there are gravely intertwined with everything, and we might need to look at them further.
It's a very dangerous place, I hope you know.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous place.
It's a complete no-go. Even those with an adventurer's license of the highest capacity are not allowed to go in there.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. The last time I was there, I lost my leg.
See? Leg loss. So who's
Go, loss.
who's
Is
this?
that the first
I just
symptom?
say that with a very dry sense of humor.
Who's this person that's going there?
Somebody I don't want to get in trouble.
Good. Right.
That's why I would like to not let them get in trouble, and I don't think that they.
So I don't sanction it. The king doesn't sanction it. You don't sanction it. James, you know your old team that used to go there, yes? Of course. You know the way then.
They definitely don't sanction it.
You're not
Wait.
going to the Noran exclusion zone. Wink.
Oh, you
Understand.
said wink out loud. I got it. All right.
Yes, I thought it might be
Understood.
necessary as you, Graysteel.
I appreciate that. All right. Well, let's hammer out the rest of the stuff. Carrick has some coins for you.
Yes, you can reach in and pull out the.
Collection of coins.
Yep, it's the equivalent of 5 plat. What was it? I had just had here 5 plat and rare
Yep.
coins to give to Stenhouse.
This feels awfully like a bribe. You do know it's not necessary.
Yeah, but you
No,
actually did tell me on the radio the other day, absolutely go get me coins.
Yes, these were. We picked these up over in Fulham for I cannot say.
You-
So we can go, yes,
Premier.
and Jack's actually going to pull out the 5 platinum and 50 GP he still has in Zahan coins. And put them on the table too.
You do realize I don't need like that many coins. I just a
Well, pick
cup.
out the best ones because we don't know.
Best
You're
ones.
the expert, sir. We come to you.
And he's actually he's gonna like lean down and start looking at the coins on the table, and you can tell he is like he's really thinking about this.
Jack's is just going to casually look and go, why don't you use some of them to barter with other coin collectors for other coins you do not have?
Quite sure, but this is a lot of money, even ignoring the coin's collective value.
You haven't seen how much we leave at a pub.
I only left
Very
1
hard to
silver.
James took my money.
I told them to stop destabilizing the economy. Yes, good. Adventurers need to learn about what things
Hey,
cost.
I was
But it
very
was so
good
much
today. I
fun.
left 1 silver.
I think we
Pay
left
for-
for platinum at one point.
I did.
I did not.
I wasn't here for that.
I tell you, well, not that I could afford all of this, but if you're willing to leave it in my hands, I shall see it in proper.
We literally unstable.
Would you allow me to
nations'
sell to other
economies.
collectors, and I would donate whatever coinage I got from it
How about
to
how
an
about-
orphanage or something? What would you like?
There is a pension fund for the Dolvewood
Oh.
enlisted,
Garrison.
and
Yes.
I would
This
appreciate if
sheet, sir.
we could
let me look
get
at
any excess. We could get them some money for that. I actually have a diamond, or a couple diamonds. I was looking at maybe donating towards that, but I think that might be a bit excess, and it might do that thing. Where
You can
Raphael
approve
over-
this, Graysteel. He's looked over the sheet tell they gave him.
I don't know how the government. Why he filled this out. I'll sign it. I'll just sign it. I'll take a pen and I'll sign it there. But
Alright.
if we want,
I
but
thought
if
it
we
would be rude to forge your signature, sir.
if you could donate the money back into the system somehow, that we would appreciate that.
Dolwood Penton, certainly.
Yes.
Seems awfully crass not to send it to an orphanage, but sure.
Oh, don't worry. I'll donate to an orphanage too.
We
She
know
does
an
that normally.
orphanage you can donate it to.
Corvus just shakes his head.
Oh, that's awful.
I mean,
Also,
Aldo
sir,
doesn't know that
after everything I
orphanage.
did with the Colthwaite refugees, you really think I don't donate regularly to the orphanages? Jeez.
Right, well, okay, so this is submitted to my desk. He takes this thing you just signed back from you. This license submitted to my desk. And right, let's go
Yep.
get you your radio. We'll get him his writ, and I'll get this filed away for Dolwood.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he will then he'll look over at James and go, also, use her to get whatever you need for the not excursion to Noran. Of course. And
I guess that's what you're doing instead of coming to Eunice with us?
did you want me to do that?
I don't know. I wasn't sure. Would you want to handle that, or do you want to come to Eunice with us?
I'll be frank, I could probably arrange a team to go deal with this Noran situation. I would not go alone, not anymore. I was planning on coming with you, but...
I would prefer you to come with me, but if you felt like you needed to go with them, I that's what I need to know. Do you think those people can handle what I need done?
Do you...
I trust
They
you,
will
you
not
know
be
that.
as capable as you, I will be frank, but I think I could have people get him and potentially his sister out.
All right. Should we ask older brother to keep an eye out on them too? Maybe.
Mm. Yes. Yes, maybe. Although I'm
Yeah.
loath to risk him there.
Is it risky for him there?
Risky for anything there.
All right. Well, we will send your team, and
I'll have them
that
report
works
to
out.
me if anything goes awry.
Yes.
I should check. Do you want the both of them brought out against their will? His sister went there willingly, it seems.
Why did she
They were trying to reclaim something from their old
estate?
estate.
Right.
Yes.
I think so, right? If you got her out, then he would be willing to follow with.
Yeah. If you get her, then you'll get him.
So you're comfortable
So-
with it essentially a kidnapping?
Yes.
As long as they get both. It's
Right.
kidnapping.
In that case, this should be fine to handle.
All right. Do you want?
What an awful conversation to be privy to.
I'm sorry, Stenhouse. Well, you understand, Stenhouse. You don't want people in there.
Yes, I understand. Just normally James handled this kind of thing, plausible deniability.
Yes.
He's not in the military anymore.
Yes, he's not.
It's even
All right,
more
so-
plausible.
All right, but I've got money to pay whoever it is that we need to do this. But we can, like I said, we can have Dadriel quicken up the speed of back and forth or something if they need help. I don't know, but I don't want Dadriel in there.
I mean, frankly, Dadriel could just seek out and grab her once they have a firmer fix on her location. That's a very good kidnapping mean. And we can inform Maris that Stenhouse is going to hear it anyway, it's fine. We can inform Maris that she's been gotten out, give him proof of some sort. Should be fine.
Yeah.
Just-
All right, so yeah,
yes,
I
okay.
trust you to make those arrangements for me, James, and then you can come with us to Yuna Saflak like you should. All right. Let's go get that radio.
In that case, how about I meet you back in Beacon? I'll take the military gate if that's okay with the general. Of course it's okay, and you can ask her.
No, he can't.
Is it?
See, if I say it, then he can't.
Sometimes
Does that work?
I question the wisdom of making someone that's never been in the military in general. It seems quite a strange
You're
decision on the king, if you ask me. And he pats you on the back, Gifton.
I keep saying that you should have me resign and turn in my uniform. You don't want this.
No, I like
Nope.
this.
It is probably. I have probably got so many.
Would you like to
enemies in
take
this building right now.
after me when I retire?
No.
I believe I may have the paperwork for that.
But I
filled out as
would
well.
like you to scare people to think that's happening.
Oh, that would be grand, yes. Right, if you hear rumors that you're going to be taking my position, don't worry about it.
General Stenhouse, I
Wink.
advise not doing that just because the king may get notion of that and actually do it.
Oh, the king doesn't pay attention to what we do.
King doesn't probably even know my name.
Looks at Gifton wearing a general's outfit.
I
Look,
mean,
he did
was
that
the one that
arbitrarily.
he probably learned your name from doing that. Like someone probably had to have him sign
I'm sure
something.
he had this. He had someone else fill that part out. They only do like the little squiggly bit at the end of the paperwork.
Yes. Well,
Anyway, so let's go get that radio.
right. He will lead you all down to requisitions, where he basically bullies his way through, and you are given a top-of-the-line military radio. It's a lot more compact now. The primary unit could essentially be worn as a small backpack in itself.
Oh, we've had one of these before.
You had a way bigger one to carry. Like
Yeah,
when I say
rucksack.
small backpack, I mean like small over-the-shoulder satchels.
Mm-hmm.
We had a rucksack, Gifton. We had like a full kit.
You had a boom box of a radio. Yes, this could, and like on some of the stronger party members, this is negligible.
I'm just casually putting it on James.
And instead of compasses you have to pull out, this is much like Shaxton's setup, only this has a little throat band with it.
Thank God we're not plugging both your
Now,
other stuff.
now this is fantastic. You see the little gem set on the throat piece here?
Yeah.
It'll pick up the quietest things you say. Barely even have to speak.
Oh, nice. So we can like whisper.
Yes.
This looks vaguely familiar to what the Hexenreichs had.
I will hear nothing of the sort.
Uh-huh.
We developed this entirely independently, and there were no trade secrets stolen from anybody.
I mean, if it doesn't matter if you.
Oh, by the way, I'm assuming I
have anymore.
Yeah. I'm assuming I would have been able to get this because, like, literally we killed the first dragon. I'm gonna give Stenhouse a scale because I would have totally gotten one.
Do you want to take a scale?
Yeah, I give him a scale.
Gruesome, what is this?
First dragon scale.
Should I be touching it?
I don't know.
Puts it down on the table.
I touched it.
Get me a bag for that, will you? And he snaps his fingers at the quartermaster, who will go and get a bag that Stenhouse then puts the scale in.
You want to have the boys look at that?
I will indeed have the boys look at that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've seen the things you've touched before, Gift, and you are not a good metric for something should be touched or not.
I hug everyone.
Was this still glowing?
Faintly, yeah.
Okay, not like end of life glowing that we were dealing with.
No.
Okay.
It just seems to have some radiant energy about it still.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. We are going to go steal Father Ted as he is going to Enos Aflac to get recognized over there. I think you're going to have an ordained Illan priest soon. Or not ordained, but powered up, blessed.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah.
I guess you can make Wyndon's Gardens prettier.
Yeah. Or farmlands more farmy.
Oh, actually, yes, that is better.
More fun.
And he then leads you on. Basically, he gets Lucian's writ sorted out, files away the Delford paperwork.
Give him a big hug.
And he will give you a squeeze in return, and he will do that to actually each of you in turn. Then after Gifton initiates it, except you, Corvus, he actually just gives you a little clap on the shoulder, as if he keeps in mind that you're not the huggy sort.
He's definitely gonna hug Echo though. She looks like a nip.
He will very politely take Echo's hand and give it a kiss. Cassie, you get a bear hug.
Yeah.
You get a bear hug, and your front end gets lifted slightly.
Aww.
Happy feet,
Mhm.
Cassie.
Which I think Toby's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
I'm
taps.
here. I'm just kind of out of it.
Mhm.
What's up?
Farewell, Stenhouse bear hug lifts you up a little bit, the front end of you.
I'm latching on and lifting.
You're lifted.
You're already lifted. You can't count the lift now.
I'm going full up and taking him with me.
Gravity doesn't work that way.
The back end's still on the ground. The front end's not.
There's no.
How much leverage do you think your back leg of a horse has?
Yes.
You just need to.
You can do it once he sets your front end down if you want.
Proper suplex.
Don't suplex Stenhouse.
Because he might break you.
No, he's old and he wants to retire.
T-shirt, come on.
Trying to retire.
We need merch. We need to start making merch for ourselves. Don't suplex Stenhouse. I remember what our other famous line was earlier.
And
another one.
He very fondly bids you farewell. He even walks you out to the main gate. Seems like he's more than happy to have a distraction from his duties.
I'm gonna salute him, and I guess we'll go start recollecting people. I am going to hit up Lucian. So, do you want Dadriel to come take you back?
Yeah. Well, in a couple of days, yes.
All right. Do you know how to pray to Dadriel?
He puts his hand together and goes, "Dear Dadriel."
Yes.
Sure,
And then when you're
clap.
done, you clap.
He
Okay.
looks at the rest of you.
She is not kidding.
No,
She is not kidding. It
Well,
sounds
clap I
really
can.
weird.
Okay.
It is.
All right, good. So Dadriel will come get you in a couple days and take you back to Dolpwood.
Marvelous.
Right.
And thank you for this. He holds up his which is he's got a full like signed sheet thing, and then he has a little emblem that shows. Yeah, basically if they don't trust the emblem, he can then show them the sheet.
But do be cautious. All right.
Of course,
Remember.
you know me. I'm cautious as the really cautious
you hang
thing.
out with us, so
Nothing
you're
that
not
is
very
very
cautious at all.
I'm so cautious.
Just remember, your sweet little baby will be very worried if you have something go wrong with the magic circle.
Yes, precious would be.
Yes. So you be
Still.
very careful.
Yes, I will be most careful. I'm going to go summon the demon, and he sort of starts to head off gleefully.
Ah, it's adorable.
None of that surprises me.
Bets that say we have to defeat whatever he summons, or we have to convince Turiel to let him go.
Don't worry, I'm
You
pretty
see,
I'm willing to take that bet.
you see, Raz close his eyes and gives him. You actually will hear a. It sounds like there's a reply trying to come through on Angel Radio from elsewhere before realizing that Raz can't hear that anymore. It was a little buzz from Rick Beale.
Oh, what did Rick Beale say?
He went, of course.
Yeah, Ricky's gonna keep an eye on him.
You heard me speaking.
Yeah. I heard Ricky.
Ah. Oh, right. He tried to reply to me there, did he?
Yeah. I'm gonna reply on radio softly to Ricky. I told him.
Thank you. Right. Well then. Yes, I'll make sure that he doesn't, summon some infernal beast that devours him.
I appreciate that. See, you're our guardian angel. I bring him close to give him a big kiss on the forehead.
My brain just went, no, it said he summons a succubus.
Devour him in a
It
different
won't
way.
devour him.
Yep.
Do something.
All right. Let's. All right. Your father first, so then.
That is probably the best. Or wait, are we heading to
We're heading to Beacon.
Okay.
We're going to Beacon first. Then you're all right with putting Father Ted up for the night.
Yeah.
We should
Alright.
let him know because we told him in an hour.
It's been about an hour, probably.
Yeah, it's been quite a walk, so.
Mhm.
You basically had to walk from south side of the city to north side of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
spend some
Yeah,
time
and then-
around there.
Yeah.
And then we ran around with Sten House inside the big building, and yeah, so it's been about an hour. So yeah, we'll go get. Do you want us to get Ted first, or do you want to get your father first?
What methods of travelling back entirely are we using?
Well, either we can have me open up a tree door, or we can use Dadriel.
Yeah, I think this close to our incident is not a good idea for me to use.
I'm slightly
My
removed,
method.
so I'm willing to try my method, but if you don't want me to.
That method might also give a early warning since we have to
I mean, it
physically
is a
walk
gate.
through it.
It
Yes.
is a gate that we open so we can see it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In that case, if we're doing the tree method, perhaps we collect his father first. More of the trees are outside
Makes
the
sense.
city.
That makes
Yes, and
sense.
No, is that
We
we
will-
don't know how long in between times you can mess with things like that.
yes.
If there is a time limit at all.
Yeah. My feeling is if she is watching, mine is probably easier to mess with than hers anyways, so let's go see if my
As a precaution,
Mhm.
how are we going to deal with those things again if something does happen?
Well,
They seem to know magic within a vicinity, right? We all understood that.
yeah. I will say it seems like if you get out of their line of sight, it worked okay. That's what it would for me. Dingus here can open
We
up a
attempt to find them.
portal to the Fae. If we have Dingus maybe get behind something and open a portal, and then people can start getting out, and then me or somebody can hold attention until Because that place is full of sudden drops from the air,
Yes.
and that's
You and I are probably the best two for the aerial without needing magic. So
well, I don't. Well, since I can actually cast the spell to get out, it's easier for me. But I don't know what else to do otherwise. I don't know how to combat. Is there anybody else that can do planar travel?
Yes.
and
Right.
and
Magically or not magically?
Well,
He gives you a look of like, are you crazy? Magically.
actually,
Corvus,
I think I was
were you able to do anything in there with opening up?
No. No, I couldn't.
Then yours doesn't work.
But if there is an option that I have, though it has to do with magic, we all have to be within 5 feet of me, and we could all get back to my house, essentially.
Okay, so you have some sort of spell too. All right.
Yes.
We all have
But you-
slow fall tokens on us, yes?
Yes,
Uh,
but
Those
yes.
would start working once we were out of sight. We could just literally dive off an edge
yeah, we
together.
could just dive off an edge and then grab onto each other and planar travel. Then
Hold hands and
So-
jump.
out of character, did the simulacrums get returned where they were? Because we had all the sims together.
oh, mine's still in Firmir.
Would
Actually-
you have had the one I have had of yours stay there?
I didn't take it anywhere.
Okay, then I would
still
still have it. So I have the player cannot say
Simulacrum.
simulacrum of you still gifted, so I can also use that to plane shift some of us.
Yeah, if you can access it, because if it's
Yeah. I can
If-
get out of the way is probably easier than a lot of others. So
yeah. So there's multiple different one of us that could do something to get out, and I have a really deep connection to the Fae, and I feel like I could just pull myself there at any point. It's really kind of a weird feeling. Don't know what that is. So anyway, so we have some plans for if we get yanked back there again. So we I think the main thing is get out of there, because I don't think we could. If that's her watchdogs, I don't know how many of them she has.
Or what's after the watchdog.
I'm gonna have to be mean here. I think you don't have to gift and simulacrum. It would have reappeared back in the astral plane once those had stopped gazing at that spot.
Were you bringing it around with you? Was Carrick?
it was in a bag of holding.
Oh, it's in the bag of holding. Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just couldn't remember if
It's
at
really
one point
upsetting to me that you keep me in a bag. Okay.
Oh, okay, I don't want to be that, but when I cast anti-magic, all our bags of holding
No, they don't.
exploded.
No, they
That's
don't.
because
They
it was
just
wrong.
cease being bags of holding temporarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's because when we had errors at the beginning of rules.
Yeah, so if your bag of holding enters the thing, it basically just becomes a normal ass bag until you get back out. Then the holding appears again. And I think
Yeah.
We had this discussion
bag.
last session when
Yeah.
it happened.
I'm gonna bring up just because I didn't know if you saw, because I didn't point it out because we're doing other stuff. Yuli, I did type the message, the second sending, by the way, to my mother. I don't know if she responded or not, but feel free to take as long as you need.
You do actually eventually get a response, like as you're walking back through the city towards your father's location. It's essentially a long-winded rant that gets cut off. You get
What
the feeling
is
that she's annoyed at you for not telling her. It doesn't seem to be unhappy about them being dragons.
Okay.
It is just, why the hell
That it
didn't you
didn't-
tell me?
Yeah.
And also, why are you saying that I wouldn't love them? What the heck?
Yeah, there
Right,
might be
that's
some
probably the
anger
more
from that as well.
Well,
That is a
Carrick did believe that the reason Mom left Dad was because she found out he was part dragon. So that there's a background reason for the worry.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I think we have a good system of avoid, get away, get out would be the best options. If our magic fails us or you end up trapped and alone, reach out to an angel we know. Maybe one of them can get you out.
Okay.
And I think that's the best thing to do because I can go in there a couple times, but my magic will eventually give out.
And
So, but that's why I think we
don't have
should
that.
limit our. We have to limit our travel, unfortunately.
Mm.
All right. So this is the inn your father was staying at.
Right.
Yes.
You're able to head on in. Your
She
father.
still hasn't put her wings away.
Your father is there, and he's still at the bar. He just now has a leather sack beside him. It's got a sort of piece of cording on it that lets him carry it over his shoulder. It's like much of his outfit is patched up, but he sees you come in and he smiles, picking it up and shouldering it, and goes, "I'm ready to go. Is this it?"
Yes. We finished what we needed
Hi,
here.
Tarnstead! I'm giving him a hug.
He's momentarily taken back. Gives you one armed like awkward hug in return.
This is
Feels like
gifting Greysteel.
It's nice to meet you.
It's so wonderful to meet you, Carrick Father.
Please, Cohis.
Cohis. Oh, he gets all of his good looks from you, I can tell. Except for the good looks he gets from his mom.
He smiles faintly and goes, "It's the best of both of us."
Yeah. He's pretty awesome. He's great. You're gonna have so many grandkids, you won't even know what to do.
Nervous smile.
Also, his house has loud animals. Good luck.
He's now got the smile of like, I don't know how to handle this person that's speaking to me.
Welcome
I'm
to
just
every
gonna-
day of our lives.
That's just going to go. We're going to go. We got used to it.
Marvelous.
She is very
Model of
excitable.
a modern major. Oh, sorry.
No,
Are
wait.
we ready to go, General?
Yep, let's go. All right, onward. We have to go get Featherfed.
As for you walking, I am going to at one point just kind of look up at the sky, even though it's daytime, and be like, by any chance, Father, if you looked up at the stars lately and seen the eye
The what?
of Morgani.
I mean, I sleep under the stars pretty often, but I wouldn't know how to tell you which are which.
Going to guess that's a pretty good idea that we have a pretty good chance that's not. Yeah.
You want to insight that?
Yeah. I was hit intimidate. That's investigation. That's not the right roll.
Those come after your insight check.
Let's see. You think 20 is enough against mundane people?
Okay,
Mundane people.
I mean, we are facing a god at one point, so we're not.
Do
sure all the time.
well, do you want to get it higher just in case?
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually use. Well, I mean, I guess technically I hit this button and say, can I actually activate this? Where are you? I have to actually fail. So, did I fail?
You did not fail.
Okay, then.
Which
So
I don't like using the failure state for insight checks because it's a sliding scale, but I will tell you that
it
you're
would
fine
be-
on this.
Yeah, I figure. When I
He
say
seems to
fail,
genuinely
it's-
like he doesn't know the constellations or anything.
Okay. I figured if he was truly.
I didn't know a lot of the
thought he would.
constellations until we went to Faramir, but I've learned a lot of them now. But I really just, I thought it was just Oberon put the stars up at night, and that's just the way it was.
Well, from what we can tell, when you're actually in the Fae, that seems to be the actual truth.
So it's true. You've all gone to the Feywild.
Amongst other places.
All the time.
Yes.
Earlier today.
Is it true that you sorry, I shouldn't be asking it. Sorry.
What do you want to ask?
Out of curiosity, where are you hearing all this information about us?
Oh, you go to a tavern. So a lot of bards are performing songs about you, lot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So
Why are
what
you
were you gonna
surprised?
ask though?
Yes.
Well,
Are they catchy?
is it true that you managed to capture Oberon and, you made him lead you through the Feywild?
We made good friends with him. Did not capture him.
I am
Oh.
sure there are some embellishments to those stories.
Yeah,
That's
they-
funny.
they-
Definitely tell him that one.
Oh, that's a
They say that you
horrible
tricked him
thing.
into turning into a stag, and then you got a magical rope around his neck.
What? No, we turned into deer and we ran around in the woods. It was fun. We
Oh,
frolicked. It was a good time. We chased,
Porcupine she's not much for trickery.
Yes.
but we had a really nice time with like tea and cakes, though. That was nice.
oh, they don't really think about that.
Oh,
Some
What?
things need to be embellished to.
Make the story interesting and fabled.
Also, not
Yes.
make people worry.
people got weird stories. Oberon's way too proud and noble to have a freaking rope around his neck. That's
And
silly.
one of you summoned a tide of water to beat back the undead.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
happened.
Didn't do
yeah.
that.
That happened. That
Nearly
happened.
killed me.
Not
I wouldn't
not
so much
undead,
say-
but
Well, it was undead, but it was not.
It wasn't really
summoning, it
summoned, you blew it out. And
We blew up
It
a
was-
hole.
It was blowing a hole in the side of an underwater ship.
That was in Dolwood, wasn't it?
oh,
Oh.
that I was
Oh,
thinking of the more recent one in Hexenreich.
That-
Dolphood.
Well, yeah.
That day sucked.
Carrick
Yeah,
summoned
that
a
day
tidal
really
wave.
did
Yeah,
suck.
Carrick summoned a tidal wave and
Hexenreich
defeated a
and-
bunch of crazy Hexenreikers.
Oh,
Yes.
the stories say that he looks at you, Cassie, that you've got the blessings of the Stormfather, and the ocean answered your call.
Sorry, you're breaking up really bad for me.
And we're breaking up by for everyone else.
No, you're
Not
fine
for
with
me.
me.
You. Yes.
Yeah.
I at first thought that was actually going to be a cast comment of, we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, Cassie, he says,
Just swapped.
nothing.
You back?
okay,
It was everyone was going robot.
you're good now.
Are you good
Thank
now?
you.
You good now, Cass?
It's still happening.
It's problematic.
Is that on your
No,
end,
he's at
Gifton, or
not. It's not in my end, so I don't know what's going on. One sec, I'll check.
I wonder if.
Momentary
that's it.
property break, people. Take a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I really misread that as
think.
poverty.
Already, I did too.
Yeah. Yeah, we were AFK for a couple of minutes.
Bye now.
Okay, we're back. Yes, Cassie. Carrick's father was just saying, stories say that you had the blessings of Stormfather, and the ocean answers your call.
No. No, my parents are very much centaurs and have nothing to do with Grandpa Orland.
You just
He
familiarized
just- yeah.
yourself with.
I'm going to call him that constantly because he's old, he's gray, and he's grumpy.
Also, you have a second mom, so you can't say that your two parents are centaurs.
2/3 of your parents are centaurs.
Yeah, Michael's also your mom.
Then again, she is a centaur right now.
She's the centaur of attention.
She's also something else at this point.
And the
which makes that
sword,
different.
Raziel says.
And my brother.
Listen, let's not talk about too much about this in front of poor Carrick's father. Yeah, but it sounds
my
like
family lineage is really weird, but no. I do not control water. I have never been able to control water, though at one point there was lightning involved. But no water.
you did swim a lot, though. So.
Swimming's just fun.
Anyway, it sounds like there's some very interesting stories, and I can tell you they're mostly all tall tales. But we're gonna go travel through the trees down by the Illan Temple. Are you gonna be okay with that, or are you gonna need a little bit of a breather?
No, I've travelled through forest plenty.
Oh, good.
A little bit different than what you're thinking. When she says mostly tall tales, some of them may not quite be completely tall.
So you do make the trees carry you somewhere.
We're going to step in a tree here and step out of a tree in Beacon.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm all right with that.
All right, good. Because otherwise, we were gonna gag and blindfold you. That's usually what we have to do.
Just
Smile.
the blindfold part.
The gagging's just for fun.
You just give me that look of like, wow, she really is a fae.
All right, so
you make your way down to Father Ted's. You're wanting to do a surface thought read, Marcus, you said?
Yeah, just a surface thought.
Okay, can you give me the spell?
Yep. I'll find it on my sheet. One second. I can't find it on my sheet. It's the detect thoughts.
Okay, but you do have that spell in.
I do. It's part of the boon
All
telepath.
right, 1 second. Let me look it up.
For some reason, it's not.
Did you drag and drop the boon, but not specifically grab
oh god,
the
this is a
spell?
lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you don't cast it on a creature. You cast it on like in general, and you just shift between different.
Yeah, I
people.
shift the.
Did it appear in the in-game?
No,
Did not.
he doesn't have it.
Okay. That's fine. I was just checking because I was suddenly like it didn't pop. I want to make sure I didn't have a frozen.
Okay,
instance.
and you're aware that this is you're casting this. You're not just rubbing your head. There is focal components and everything.
There is not based off the telepath.
Okay, so
feature.
the telepathic feature doesn't have focal components. Okay.
Correct.
Telepath has it.
Telepath. Yeah, telepathic.
I'm telepathic.
I thought you were telekinetic.
No, I do the telepathy. I got telepathy. I don't know. I think that's a feat, right?
Yeah, you get detect thought spell according
No,
to spell slot
are
or components.
components, but it still has the verbal.
No. Components is the
Oh,
listing for verbal,
alright,
somatic, and
that's-
material. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. At the moment. Okay, what is most on his mind in the moment is he is thinking about the stories and is now like going through them and wondering what is true and what's not.
Okay. But he was just curious on like just the surface readings.
Yeah.
Which is what he was.
He is feeling he's feeling a little overwhelmed. There is a little bit of like, well, these are heroes, you know.
My son's a hero.
And yeah, the wondering is like how much is true, how much is false.
He knows scary fucking people.
At least he's not having inappropriate thoughts about your girlfriend right now. That would have
That's
been
true.
awkward.
I like you specifically mention right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Soon enough, you reach Father Gardener's, which Father Gardener is talking to an older woman. She's got a sort of grey hair up in her bun. Looks like was doing her own gardening at some point because she's still got a bit of mud and such on her. She's wearing these great big boots. It's this weird mix of like she's got an elegant dress underneath this coverall, apron, and these great big gardening boots. But as you wander on over, he smiles at you and goes, Miss Piskin here is willing to look after the temple while I'm gone. She's just going to.
Wonderful! Thank you so much.
She's going to let people know that I'm away. There won't be any services, but she'll make sure the plants are okay. And Miss Piskin gives you all a very curt nod. She looks rather proper.
Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it.
You take care of the father,
Of course.
and you make sure he returns.
I will do my best.
God, she's really dead.
We will make sure.
Edward's sister.
I will make sure to note down if I have to buy any compost or such, Father, so that you can sort it out when you get back. Well, of course. Thank you again. And he smiles and sort of reaches back into his temple just around the doorway and grabs a large backpack. And he sort of, then I will bid you farewell and we'll be going. He looks at you all.
All right. Yep. Let's pick a tree, Father. Any tree.
What's your favourite?
Oh, this is your favorite.
Then he actually walks you over to a tree behind the temple, and he pats it a couple of times. I like to sit under here and read sometimes.
All right. I'm going to make the. All right. Well, once I open it, please get through in an orderly fashion, and I will cast the spell.
Okay. Right, you cast the spell, and Father Ted looks at it, smiles, and steps right on through.
I'm gonna usher everybody else through.
Yeah, sure. Carrick's father pauses very briefly, then takes a deep breath and goes, "It's just an adventure," and steps on through. And you are able to follow as the last one through. Alright, and you all arrive at whichever tree you selected safely.
No one got mobbed by a unicorn, right?
No,
Nope.
no. I bet you there was like a line of them protecting us as we went, though, that we didn't even see. I'm going to drop us at a tree next to Carrick's Tavern to make life easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you arrive beside Carrick's Tavern. Father Ted is beaming.
You'll be staying here for the night, Father Ted. Just that way we can get the rest of the things going for tomorrow, and then Zachiel will be coming to collect us.
Oh, marvelous. Whose tavern's this?
I jerk a thumb at Carrick.
This is mine.
And you're being put up under me, so don't worry about anything.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'll go.
Carrick, how much is a night stay?
We will discuss it later. We do not need to discuss
She
in front
counts
of
her pitties.
Carrick says we will discuss it later because he can't remember how
Father
much
Ted-
things
No,
normally
Yeah.
cost anymore.
Carrick.
Father Ted
Carrick,
smiles at you,
That's
and goes,
pulling a gold.
I know
saying
what.
on his in Carrick
Yeah.
going. I'm ruining the economy.
I know
Here's
what
my
adventurers are
stay."
like. He says, looking at that happen, and goes, "I will accept your generosity gift and thank you."
All right, good. And
That's
also, if you
September, but
decide
nobody
you want
live.
to come brave dinner at the Brockgren house, we're just down that way and out in the trees. You're always welcome at my home, Father Ted.
Oh, thank you very much. I will. Well, I suppose we won't actually have long for me to look around town, but I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, it's early in the day still, and we won't be leaving probably until dusk tomorrow, so
Oh.
we have a bit of time to run around.
Marvelous then. Okay.
So-
Do I? He just puts it 7.
Here.
Why don't you go get your father and
Yes,
father said
you-
also.
You two follow me. I
Take the
will
two fathers.
Ah.
Goodbye.
get you two
Oh, no,
settled in.
His father then starts talking to Cohis, like, "Oh, you're Carrick's father, are you? It was a pleasure to meet you," that sort of thing. And you can take them in, Carrick, and get them rooms sorted out.
Yes, I will get them sorted out and kind of do general check on the tavern, see how it's doing.
Tavern is running
there.
absolutely fine.
Okay.
As you're getting them sorted out, your father actually pauses and goes, "Thank you for letting me stay here.
Nope.
I spent most of the last of my coin on He digs into his pockets and pulls out what looks like to be a set of very worn sending stones. Like, these are clearly like beyond secondhand, you know.
Oh.
I was hoping that even if you didn't want to stay and talk to me,
Oh.
I mean, I guess it's a little pointless now, but it'd still be nice to know that you can get in touch.
Listen, of course, you can also get in touch with me at any time with this.
And he smiles and hands you one.
I will gladly accept one. Now I pull up my character sheet and put on the sending stone list this
Listen to
one
Papa.
too. Ah,
You have one mama and a papa.
He's
yep.
probably just lucky Shax wasn't standing in the room.
Yep. It would have been
Hey,
like,
Shaq.
give me that back. I'm gonna make a better one for you.
No, he was. How much did you spend on that? These are atrocious. And just handed him the money back for it. And handed it to him.
Right.
Just the enchantment on these is atrocious.
And he's actually going to hug you a little more confidently, Carrick.
I will hug him back.
I'll try and make sure I don't get underfoot or anything. And if you need anything done, you know, or I'll look for work here. But if you need anything done around here, I'm more than happy to help.
Thank you. Actually, out of character because we know from the time here, is Nathaniel the person that he talked to looking for work, or would it be?
Nathaniel was helpful in that regard. It's not actually his job to do that.
Would it be like he's the mayor, but would it be like where his office is? Would that be that like where
most places actually just tend to post up things in their windows, or it gets word of mouth.
Trying to find out what your father does.
Yeah, I was looking to see where if we had a central posting was the out of character.
Wouldn't
basically.
that be in your tavern, Carrick?
Not in the cavern, but outside the tavern.
I'm assuming it'd be at the town hall.
Actually, no. I've said this before. Out front of Carrick's Tavern is a.
Oh yeah, the posting.
Is the big posting one.
Yeah.
Out front, there's actually where many people post jobs they're looking for. But what particularly are you skilled at?
Oh, I can do a little bit of everything. I've done a lot of things. I think my last job was Fletcher. But I've worked at a tannery. I've apprenticed as a smith. I've worked in bars. I've done some small stints on river boats.
Send them over to the Grey Steels. Got it.
I'm okay with a bow, so I can hunt. I'm not the best.
Definitely. I'll see also if there's anything I hear that is not posted, but definitely check the postings. If
you could use your dad as a manager of your own freaking tavern.
Relieve your wife.
He did just meet the man earlier today. You might not want to.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if you give him a job, you might be able to feel that out. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is I also.
But
I was weird making your dad work when you're a lord.
Yeah.
He does go, but I do insist that until I've got a job, I earn my keep here. So I can clean.
We can definitely get you situated here with doing some stuff around here. There's always more help needed here. It's still getting people in because, it's kind of stuff at all times here in Beacon.
Well, who's in charge while you're off saving the world?
so and so.
Just say a name.
Yeah. You basically point at your general
Yes.
duty person.
Yes,
Um,
I'll have to come up with a name because I'm bad at
Mhm.
naming people. Sandra. We'll point to Sandra.
Okay.
There, I came up with a name off the top of my head.
Good job.
If you want, you can spend a few moments introducing to Sandra, just saying,
Yes, I'm gonna introduce him. Make sure he gets kind of the lay of the land of the building, so to speak, since it's multi-stories. Because hey, I have money.
Did
Yeah.
Raziel stay up in Winden? Because I think he was going to settle some stuff, right?
he was. He's going to make his own way back through the military
Yeah.
compound.
Yeah, because unlike us, he's not someone they're probably watching.
Maybe.
Hopefully. He seemed willing to take the risk at the very least, because he has to do some stuff up there.
And I'm going to, as I'm doing that, I'm going to let you go to everybody else. I don't know if anyone else has plans while I'm taking care of this.
So, yes. Is there anything anyone wants immediately to do, or do we go through the preparations of next couple of days?
I'm fine with doing prep because I can't think of anything other than just like sweet little things of I'll bring Father Ted over for see family and stuff. But there's nothing important.
Nothing I can't just narrate through. Yeah.
Gotta go pick up the other guy, but again, that's hand wave.
We're doing that the next day anyway. But
Okay.
I'm assuming we would use the radio. We'll set up a thing where we're collecting him in the next day.
Right. So. In that case, you all sort of go about getting your preparations, or just spending a little bit of time relaxing with family, that sort of thing. Father Ted does actually come out pretty soon after, like just dropping his bag off, and does start to take a look around town. He actually makes sure you were genuine about your offer to come, visit family and so on, Gifton.
Oh yeah.
If you want, you can get him over for dinner if you want.
Yeah, over to the farm, and because we have a farm, I have animals and stuff, and it's mostly wild land, but we have a kind of a little load of a fenced area.
You got a little bit of crops there, like just your own little carrot patch and so on. Mm-hmm. He will say a blessing over your flowers.
Appreciate that.
And it's actually very, very good with your kids. Seems to enjoy playing the monster in their games.
Yes.
Which they love having a monster.
They always want someone to be the monster.
They really always want someone to be the monster.
Mm-hmm.
You don't use silverware, do you?
We kind of do, but it's not. It's we have it. But it's for the big folk, not for the little folk.
He is the big folk.
I think last time you mentioned your silver or anything, it actually said it was made of copper.
It is made of copper. But
okay.
That was her reference because silver.
I don't have.
Literal silverware. Yes.
Everything that can be made of copper in Gifton's household is made of copper.
Okay, in that case,
my pots and pans are copper. My silverware is copper and things like that.
There is a look of relief on his face in your home.
Gifton actually doesn't have silver as a thing or iron because those are things that she does not like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, one thing of note. Faldir, little Faldir.
Yeah.
Does actually stare a lot at him, and at one point goes puppy.
Oh no!
Oh, there's somebody see something special.
He just points at Father Ted.
Yeah, can you see the puppy?
Nod.
Yeah. Who's so good?
He reaches out, pats the foot of Father Ted.
Puppy. Aww, they grow up so fast.
He probably has this look of mild disconcern if there's a child who can see him.
Now he's trying to feed him like a dog.
My kids are gonna get a ball and try rolling the ball.
No, only one of them.
Yeah. Father Ted lackluster plays fetch with
Notably, Faldir seems to be the only person that one of your kids that notices this. Otherwise a nice night. Yes.
One thing that Corvus wanted to do, I just saw it on my to-do list, was the powder from Corvus Prime. He would like to spend the time in, since we're actually at his place, do like alchemical tests and try to identify it.
Okay. Right. You. Was this one of the things from his like his pouches? I think
It was
I
one
think
of it was
the
it was
traps in the Vardo, wasn't it?
yes
Yes,
was
that's right.
Bardo. Yeah.
Okay. Right. This. One second, I might actually
I
have to.
remember the
Explosive
story.
This
Right.
has been a fucking while. I'm having to find old notes.
I had it too on my notes. The Vardo, yeah,
Yeah, let me find the right thing.
mental stuff in my brain.
Yeah,
No, Mental's a dragon.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check with your alchemy kit, please.
Okay. The intelligence.
Okay. This is a mixture, Corvus. It looks like it is a powder that is in itself incredibly toxic, but also has mixed in elements that would affect various different kinds of creature. There are traces of silver, there are traces of iron, there are traces of blackstone. Basically, this is bad for just about anybody, and it's essentially arsenic.
Right. Okay. Does it have? If I can do something with it, is there something I can do with it? Like coat a blade or something, or
I
is
mean,
it just
yes,
an aerosol?
you could try and coat a blade. Whether it stay on and be effective, you could try and. It is what it is. It's a powder. Yeah. I mean, your best bet would to use this in an aerosol form, or maybe just put it in some food or drink.
Right. Oh, okay.
Like, just have it on your eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a little bit, try and build up a tolerance.
Well, we're not really doing anything with Corvus anymore, so.
Oh.
He will go to section at some point and ask about maybe doing something like a capsule shot, if that's something that section can work on.
You want to go through and do that? Yeah. I mean, Shaxton. What were you doing during your day, Shaxton?
Honestly, he was probably just at home working to maintenance on armor.
Just
spider.
making sure you're prepped to go.
Yeah, make sure all this shit's good.
Right,
He hasn't had a chance for it in a while.
You're fiddling with your spider, tuning it up when Corvus does show up, and basically asks you if, hey, is there a way to deploy this as an offensive means? And yeah, you could probably rig up something. It's not exactly a targeted method, so anyone in close proximity would suffer the effects of it. But you could have it blow one way. The tendency of this kind of powder, very light powder, though, even a directed jet stream will cause plumage outwards. So risky. But you could quite easily make something free and deploy this with barely take you like half a day's work.
You actually go, yes, I think I can do that. And he is going to, on the side, also do a check too, because I'm just gonna ask, does Corvus actually tell him what it is?
Yeah, he will.
Okay.
It's a very toxic mixture of a lot of things that are nefarious to multiple different creature types. And as a base component, it's also very bad. It's a derivative of something called are you aware of arsenic?
I'm aware of it, yes.
Treat it as toxic, if not worse.
And Jax will actually, when he starts already, will actually flick the switch to activate the helmet bit of his armor.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got the full rebreather bit and all that.
Right. And do you want to spend some time doing that?
Yep.
You could get this done by the end of the night.
Corvus will watch on.
It will cost you about 5 gold's worth of materials. But I say you can get them easily from amongst your workshop and around town. Okay, in that case, Corvus, at the end of this, you will have a 1-use deployable. It can extend in a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
And it's going to have a DC of 20.
Con, I'm guessing.
Con, yep. And honestly, the effect will be dependent on whatever creature, but it will be pretty debilitating. It's going to be on my side.
All right, I'm just going to put debilitating.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Question: is it deployable on its own, or is it deployable from gun?
It's essentially its own thing with a trigger mechanism.
It's
Okay.
Yeah. So and
Pepper
it,
spray.
yeah.
pepper spray.
It's a pepper spray. It's basically a
Yeah,
pepper
just wanted to check because if it had been a bullet, I was going to make sure Shaq
It's
sailed
a-
into whatever gun he was more likely to use.
Yeah. No.
Also,
It's a,
I don't think a capsule shot would have survived.
it looks vaguely like a flare gun.
Yeah.
But most of that is just the air compression chamber.
Oh, I just realized my kids might eventually get on Angel Radio, and that will be the worst day in the world.
That will be the day the world might end. When all the
Okay.
angels go insane.
Right. In that case, yes. Carrick, you're able to spend some time with your father if you want, or you can go see your wife and let her know that this is happening.
That is the first thing I am doing after I get my Father Ted settled in. At the
And
end
let her know
of the
that
tavern.
Martha now.
Knows about that and letting her know that my father is in town.
Yeah. Okay. She shows some concern, but it's mainly on your part. Like, you know, are you okay with this? So, you know, how do you feel about it?
I kind of read that. I mean, he's family, and family's what we have. I don't really have anything against him.
She'll just pat your arm a little bit, and yeah, okay. You are able to let her know what's going on.
I'm also gonna check in with Edward and the other one that came with us from the Capes, because
They are okay. They're getting the household in order. Is there anything in particular you want to check in about?
of course I'm checking to make sure they're doing good in the house, because, you know,
Yeah.
it's always good since they're still relatively new, because I think it's only been a day.
A day of
It's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
So,
basically just making sure they're situated, they're happy, if they have any questions, that kind of thing.
and making sure that
Mhm.
I'm not getting yelled at already from Edward.
No, he seems to be sitting there fine.
yelling,
He tells you that he's given the lady of the house a list of things that you should have in the household to in case of having guests and so on. Basically, you know, these are the things that is expected of a lord.
Mm-hmm.
You hear there's, on the plus side, there's literally a pile of money down in the basement.
Mhm.
So
He confirms with you that
Get that
it's fine for the lady of the house to approve of these things. Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. Right. In that case, he reassures you that they'll be able to handle anything.
Thank you. I also actually am finding after everything he goes through, I'm also making sure not only that the other one is fine, that he also still has all his fingers.
He seems to be enjoying himself, getting along with the animals. Finds the Fenix exciting, fascinating. He's fawning over the guard drakes. You know, just having a grand old time.
Would make sure he had access to all of the information I had
Mhm.
on the guard drakes, since they're very different than probably anything he's seen.
Yeah.
Also, your blink dog is probably just having a wonderful time.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I have a feel. I'm waiting for Edward.
I know that you got
You'll
guard
be happy.
drakes and they're great, and your fenix are great, but you still have a blink dog.
Mhm.
Do
You have a very
You
bright
have a
blink
rust
dog at this
monster.
point.
I have a rust monster that waddles around with my
So
light
fat.
creature on it.
wait, can it waddle still? I mean,
Kind of.
I was just say,
It mostly
kids
just
are
lives
there.
right into the
Care really loves the rust monster, by the way, which sounds odd for a blacksmith, but like basically it cleans
All the
up.
scraps.
Yeah.
cleans up everything.
this is
Slag
why
everywhere.
there's the question of, can it walk?
And Squiggles is really well behaved because
Yeah.
it's so well
Yeah.
fed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squiggles is just happy.
I should let him know that
Oh my
Squiggles
gosh,
is around.
Squiggles is huge now. They're an adult, so they're massive now. They were like a football when we first got them.
Oh, I
Mhm.
should totally let Torben know about that. So if nothing else, and when he's got downtime, he could go and be like, "Wait, a restaurant?
Yeah, there's a medium-sized beetle monster over at my house.
It's got washer. It's got bag nuts or whatever."
Yeah, the rest of the day passes nicely. And the next day, you are able to get to. Do you want to take everybody to Faramir and go from there? Is that how you want to handle it? Oh, you probably want to check with Sakiel first whether she's allowed, right?
Yeah, I'm asking Zachiel if she's allowed. 'Cause if Zachiel can't pick us up in Faramir, then we'll do something else.
You get a reply of, yes, I've been given permission to step foot on Faramir's soil as long as they are fine with it.
All right, great. So yeah, we'll take everybody to Faramir through the door in my house.
You all
Yeah.
journey to
I'll
Faramir.
liaise with the council.
Yeah.
Out of just note taking, I would have a discussion with Echo about either her staying here in Beacon or maybe staying with the rest of the family in Dovewood.
Okay. She goes, oh, I'd be happy to come with you. So many interesting sights to see, but do you want me to stay?
Whatever is best for your safety in every aspect. I don't know what we're going to be getting into, and I'm sorry,
You'd leave her unprotected somewhere. Something could
in
happen to her.
last flak.
There is danger everywhere.
There is. This is what would you like to spend your time doing?
Yeah, she glances up a bit and goes, I can find interesting things to do here. I can find interesting things to do there. I like your company, but I trust your judgment.
You're always welcome. I'm just giving you an option.
My option is to trust you.
So what do you want, Marcus? Want to bring her with you?
You want to push her away or bring her with you?
No.
You wanna- Mirror's locked her up once. He could do it again.
You're dealing with someone who has mental fog right now. So many voices in my head, not good. Shut up. Corvus will
Bring half of her with you.
happy to bring her along.
Okay.
Good plan.
Alright, you decide to bring Echo along. Right.
Yeah.
In that case, I assume Merrick is going Carrick?
Yes,
Or is Merrick staying?
I will bring Merrick because I can always sideshift Merrick into the familiar
Is
room.
Hadwin being brought with Corvus?
Hadwin will be brought with.
Okay. Anybody else want to bring any familiars that normally left behind?
There is one creature that needs to be resolved if it's coming or not.
Everything
Cassie?
Koras.
What are you doing about your fawn?
Oh.
It's going to have to come, even though it's not a familiar.
Okay.
I mean, you can release it there for however long it ends up being able to exist in the land, or everything wants to eat it.
Yeah.
Including the grass, the mountains.
I mean, not everything. There's got to be other
Probably
herbivores there.
everything.
The best part is, I don't actually know if Gifted knows
The
about the
other
existence
deer.
of this fawn yet, so this is great.
It's fine. Pandas eat deer all the time.
I'm gonna be really surprised that Dadriel gave you this care of a deer.
Aflac has pandas.
No.
It might.
I just randomly
Oh,
mentioned that
okay.
because it was fun.
There's no
that.
bamboo there.
I'm assuming Raziel.
That's where they eat the deer.
Yeah, Raziel does show up.
Yeah.
And he, as you're sort of gathering up in the morning, Raziel sort of turns up and goes, right, the Noran thing is taken care of.
Thank you.
At her place.
You have my funds, of course, access if you needed to shift anything around.
He smiles at you, Gifton, and goes, I don't think you realize how much money I have stowed away either.
I don't really know a lot about what you've got going on, but I'm here to support you no matter what. Okay.
Cassie, tell her about my why do you have a deer?
What is there, Cassie?
I figured it was a ration.
Why do you have a deer?
It's not a deer, it's a fawn.
Did you
You-
have a
That
child?
does make a deer. That it
I
would
don't
just be a
think
small
that's
deer.
the child that. No, that's a
Dadriel
different
asked me to care for
species.
the baby.
Dadriel. Gift's gonna look over at
Is it your
and
child
it's
with
just looking
Dadriel?
betrayed.
Raziel actually goes over to Cassie and like leans down to Deer and like tries to scratch under its chin and goes, "Do you want to come meet the wolves?"
Its eyes widen and it runs away.
Doesn't know
Just
any
nuts.
better. It's getting.
I mean, it's an animal. If you
Likes
say
it.
anything in a happy sing-song voice, it goes,
It-
yeah.
It just bleats.
Meh.
And attempts to bite his hand.
It is doing the nibble at the palm, like, "Do you have a thing for me?"
All right. Well, keep a mind on it, Cassie.
We are going
I'm trying to
to.
learn how to take care of this, and it's
We
there's
are
no
going.
time.
Perhaps hiring someone to take care of it here instead of bringing it with you might be a good idea.
There
Don't
are
let them live up
carnivorous
there.
plants.
There's
We don't-
carnivorous everything.
Well, you know what? We're going to Illin's continent. I'm certain Zachiel will help us when we get to the other side. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Here,
Gift is taking a
Zachiel,
deep breath.
babysit the
Gift is
deer.
taking a deep breath. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna take care of the baby deer.
Raziel stands up and just looks at you and goes, "You're going to cry when something happens to it."
Shut up. Shut up.
He's not wrong.
That was
All right.
unnecessarily
I'm gonna open the door. Everybody through
Think
to
of it this
perimeter,
way,
please.
It's the ultimate escort mission.
Everyone through
No
the perimeter,
harm
please.
can come to the farm.
Perimeter.
Character
Grabbing
step
Corvus
through.
by
the
the
door.
collar and start leading him through.
Alright, you'll make your way through to Faramir, Cassie carrying the fawn, and you arrive in the council chambers, where most of the council are here. Otto pipes up.
Was this a meeting?
Yes, really should charge you for
Alright.
use of that door.
My door.
It's in our room.
All right, we'll move it. Okay.
I mean,
Point in fact, we should likely charge you. It is value added.
It is actually probably prudent to move it at this point.
We are we
Yes.
are going to Yenasaflak. It will now be connected to Yenasaflak. So goodbye.
Oh, you're leaving today, Faldor pipes up.
We sort of have to. Yeah.
Oh,
The schedule has been shifted up slightly.
Morgani threw us in the astral plane for a little bit yesterday. It sucked, and we're moving on.
concerning. Okay,
Yes.
very
She's aware of
concerning.
this.
we will endeavour to up our plans, and you know how to contact us if you need.
We do have a request.
Oh,
Deer.
What?
We
No,
were hoping that you may allow someone to visit to transport us out of here.
I think they already got permission
Did we
for
not
that,
get
did they
that arranged already?
Oh, did we?
um,
Okay.
I don't know.
didn't ask
the
about Sakiel.
father- Yeah, they weren't informed.
Yeah, Sakiel got permission from Ilan.
No, I think
Yeah.
no. I thought we were talking. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we have to
Yeah.
communicate with them.
Yeah, is it okay if Zachiel, the Angel of Ilan, comes here? Because she's going to be grabbing the group of us and hauling us over there so we don't cast arcane magic and possibly get stolen away by Morgani again.
Though to be fair, why did we? Oh, we had to pick up. Never mind.
Yes.
Luther just sort of waves his hands a bit and goes, "You have our trust."
Thank you.
It feels really weird to have that, and now we're leaving.
You've given us no reason to have anything but.
All right, out of character, I did get Scarlet squared away, right? Because I know we were kind of blazing through some stuff.
Yeah, I will say that you guys can get Scarlet squared away.
Paid off and all that, yeah.
Basically, if you want to pay her off, say, hey, you can either continue working under Furamir's employ, or you can leave the ship just to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just
We
whatever
release you
Scarlet
here
wanted.
severance.
We
Yeah.
release you here as severance. Either you can leave the ship here and take money and go back to be wherever because they can teleport through.
Which Furamir is willing to continue employing her if she so chooses. So
Okay, so that's handled. So yeah,
Yeah.
What about
we're
everybody's
just
favorite
here to pick up our guide, and then we'll be out of your hair for a while.
oh, I hope you will be safe in your journeys, Luther says, and Otto goes, and bring back any valuable information. You'll be paid for it.
Of course, of course.
And Wilhelm just goes, we'll miss all of our conversations. It's been so wonderful having you here.
I hear you're getting an embassy.
Yes, you talked to Reginald.
Yes, I did. I actually was in their little room and I got yelled at. It was great.
Delightful.
Yeah, you said things I'm not supposed to say.
I get to go stay amongst them.
Oh, good. You can speak Barras?
Not yet, but I will.
All right.
We have magic for
I
that, don't
believe
we? And he looks over at Fowden and she just nods.
Oh,
As
you're
in
gonna have
Shax
a
will
wonderful
actually
time.
reach into his bag, and one of the old books he has on him was just a how to speak Brassian book.
Oh.
Oh my god. I like to imagine.
Oh, I
it's
guess I
just
should
like-
actually learn it for real as well. Yes, thank you, Shaxton.
I like to
Also-
imagine it's Barras for dummies.
My dear, if
I'm here.
you're there when we come back around to the next princess party, I expect to dance with you.
Well, of course, if you can keep up with my moves.
Oh, I know you are pretty spry.
I am also
All
immensely
right.
flexible.
Oh yeah. Well, enough flirting with you. I've got to go get this fellow and get going.
So also going to procure quickly a couple extra notes and just hand them off to Valda.
She'll just give you a nod, acknowledging nod, thanks. And
Also, Valda, remember if you and the council ever need anything and Barras is giving you some shit, skip the line and talk to me.
I will do so to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm gunning for the High General's position. I'm just gonna wave my hands in the air. Woo!
Very ill-advised, Tato mumbles.
That's what I said.
She's
Also
also,
going to-
learned that she has authority to sign paperwork.
Sorry, the one of the things I mentioned, Shax's also switching. This doesn't have been in the word, but he's switching one of his link pearls from being the one Belinda has over to being with Valda.
Okay. Right. Very well.
That's a communication line he should probably have.
Yeah.
That's a
Right,
good
and-
thing.
Shall we collect our guide?
Right, you are able to go and find a guide who is very excited about this. Is actually already prepared, despite the
Also, I
slight
bet this is
acceleration
an
here.
amazing trip for Father Ted getting to see all the undead.
Yeah,
like all of a sudden.
Father, he is it's a little weird to him, but he's not as put off as many priests would be.
He saw like 3 skeletons and something that looked like it was made out of jerky. His mouth was watering.
I was just saying that.
He does actually look at Otto rather intently, as if trying to figure out what exactly that is.
Yeah, because it's a mummified
Oh,
mole, so it
yeah.
looks really like a dog.
walking-
That I was just saying, this is a giant like spider sarcophagus thing.
The sarcophagus is open, so
And then just
Yeah.
leaning out the front of it.
but you're able to lead him out, lead him through the city, which he does gawk a little bit, even though he's trying to be proper.
Mhm.
And he does actually pipe up like sort of halfway through the walk, going, "Was this a dead werewolf?"
Where? What?
I think he was a no.
Oh, of course, no.
Oh yes, that
Oh,
one.
right.
I'm assuming-
Got
Far
to-
skinnier.
Character that is something
Yes.
we figured out at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Telday alone could have learnt that in his
Yeah.
conversations with Melinda.
Mhm.
But he goes, "Of course, they're far skinnier than they picture Knowles."
Well, I
He is
think maybe
mummified.
it has to do with mummification process.
They're very lovely people here. They're very great. All right. Well, this
Yeah.
should be the fellow.
Okay, but yes, you walk into this place, and there is the big stony man, those little skeletal fingertips peeking out, who's got a bunch of boxes, like crates. Looks like to be a couple of satchel bags filled up, and is quickly trying to like shove some last bits of paper into a bag.
What are you trying to do?
Getting everything that I might need.
Oh,
I mean,
wow, this is a lot.
Lots of boxes.
I've got lots of blank paper just in case I need to note anything down.
All
And
right, I'm gonna take out my spare bag of holding, and I'm just gonna start grabbing things and shoving it in the bag of holding.
oh, I should have gotten one of those. That's a good idea.
All right.
It's a
How much?
magic town.
It can probably fit most without the weight capacity those things have.
Yeah, there's also space.
Yeah,
There's
the
space
spatial
requirement.
capacity is the more concerning one.
It's probably going to be very full.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
I will say that there is like a box and a bag left over.
All right. Oh, all right. I have the bag of holding. I'm so strong.
Miracle of
Literally
going.
weightless.
What's that? It weighs 20 pounds.
I could put it in mine. Mine is not carrying a whole lot of stuff currently.
Yeah, why don't
Yeah,
you
bring us
put it in
idea.
there?
Carrying most of his stuff is in his haversack. Put it. Probably one hand most of it in there because.
Yep.
There's a little grinding of stone on stone as he brings his hand together in a sort of thankful gesture and goes, oh, "It's very helpful. Thank you very much. Are we going?"
Yes, we're going up. This is Father Ted. He's the one that's getting to go to the Circle of Wolves. And
a pleasure to meet you, Father. And they reach out a stony hand, and Ted takes it and shakes it, and there's the I've not met a werewolf personally myself. It's a genuine pleasure.
Wait, you know he's a werewolf?
Of course, he's going to the Circle of Wolves.
Wow.
You cannot go to them unless you're one of their kind.
Why don't I get any kind of an education?
I can help with that on the trip if you want.
I would like that.
Oh, I will tell you all I know.
I only had the one book on religion, and it had to cover all the gods.
Oh, yes, you can't do with those general subject ones. If you give me a moment, I can go get some more books.
No, I think I think we have to get going. We got permission from the Council of Faramir for Zachiel to come, and she's going to come call us all there now.
An angel.
Yeah. I'm going to flare my wings out. An angel. I'm going to flare the wings back away. All right, so get that going.
By the way, because I wasn't here when they was first met because I had rushed off the other game. Is the fingertip bone's the only bone part we can see on this?
Yes.
On him? Okay.
Yeah, it's just to let the magic through. All right.
He's a man trapped in stone, right?
Yeah.
It's not trapped, but yes.
Encased.
Yeah.
Encased.
Yes. It's a
protected
skeleton
by
encased in
stone.
stone, yes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
protected
I'm
by
gonna-
stone.
Zachiel, we have assembled everybody. If you are able to come pick us up.
They're okay with my arrival?
Yes,
Yes.
we have confirmed with the Faramir Council that they are all right with your arrival in Faramir.
Right. There is a brief whoosh as she appears in that usual angelic flutter. And she smiles quite genuinely at seeing you all and goes,
I'm gonna hop over, give her a hug.
"It's a pleasure to see you again," and she'll
Always
squeeze you
good to
back.
see you.
Right. Oh, this is
My
quite
favorite watcher.
the group we're taking.
I know, isn't it great?
One moment, and she closes her eyes, and then there's a flutter of another pair of wings, and another, and another. And there are now 4 hidden angels standing in the room. Varying heights.
That's okay.
Couple of them are quite savage is the best descriptor. They're actually wearing like crude leathers, wild hair. One seems to actually have like thorn intertwining through their hair. Little leaves sticking out of it.
We have a little baby that has to be a little bit better handled. I'm gonna point at Cassie and also the fawn.
Cass is actually having something of a panic attack right now.
Why? Oh,
They got the woad going on too.
No,
Mhm.
the last
Four-
time she
four
was
Illan
around
angels.
this many angels at once.
Right.
For Illan angels when you threatened and they ran off.
It wasn't Orland. It was
No, it was Illan. Illan
It
angels.
was Illan angels.
4 Illan angels ran away when you did the whole thing of you did a bit of the riot act and then you killed the 4 Immor angels.
But it was the initial
I have 3 more.
flight of angels that attacked us, and
Yeah, it was
Sahar.
And one of the more savage ones looks over you, Cassie, and yeah, they do have like this sort of blue face painting that goes down to the chest. She's actually rather bare chested. not fully naked. One side is uncovered. Just one breast has clothing over it, which sort of runs down to a not a loincloth. It's like it's actually a full wrap around both sides. But yeah, she just reaches an arm out and goes, "I'll take the fawn."
That's the party
Do
boo.
I recognize any of these three?
Nope.
Cass will hand the fawn over
Meh.
very gingerly.
I'm sorry, for some reason I'm just imagining
So
Cat's
I
only with
appreciate
one
very
leg.
much, all of your help on this. And bow very respectfully to all of them.
The two
We are very blessed by your presence.
the two savage looking ones bow their heads in return to you, Gifton, and go, "The Wildfather does not often grant personal visitage to his lands. You must
Yes, Father's head is very lucky.
understand the great honor that this is."
Of course I do.
Then, shall we be on
I
our
look over
way?
Father's head, and you do as well, right?
Of course, it is the greatest privilege I've ever had.
Out of curiosity, Zachiel is like the face of Ilan, and these are the actual angels.
No, she's
of
a
Ilan?
watch. She's a watcher.
She's a watcher.
She's supposed to
She's a
interact
watcher.
She's a
with the whole.
watcher.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
only
okay.
reason Zachiel has been able to stay involved with the group is I don't let go
Mm-hmm.
Right.
of her at all
As-
because she is not the prime.
Watchers are really, really low rung on the angelic ladder.
Okay.
Was
But
she the one that got tipped by the unicorn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She's probably got, like,
She
a
was
gnarly mark
part
on her
of
forehead or
the
something.
watching contingent, and that's how we befriended her. And
I appreciate the safe travel that you offer. I know that the father does not wish me to take undue risk.
Yes, we are to watch for your safety.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is our
I
duty.
have a genuine look of worry about that. I am not an easy person to watch.
You wish
But
the fawn to
rather-
have
I
a
don't
gentle
think any of us
passage.
are.
As much as you can give it, Cassiopeia has been charged with its safety. And so she is bringing it along to Unisaflak.
Tenio, you are to
I'd
take the
say
fawn
this
alone
was-
then. And the other angel just nods. And the other three are going to start taking you off into small groups.
I'm really glad the way that she was phrasing peaceful passage wasn't the way my brain suddenly went.
Snap back.
Uh-huh.
It was, I will make it painless.
Wait, you can do peaceful passage by taking us one at a time? I'm gonna look at Raz.
I
It
Didn't
is
Dad?
up to their
If I remember,
mind.
Dadriel's wasn't like that either on your own.
Yeah.
Oh no, that fawn's going to take a while to arrive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that they're basically doing the equivalent of walking.
Yes.
That fawn.
Right. And with a rush, you are all whisked away to Yunis Aflac.
Sir.
And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh.
Oh!
Don't we get a land somewhere?
You want to land? Do you want to land?
I want to land.
Okay, that's it. I'll give you your landing.
We have wolves with guns pointed at us.
You appear in a meadow and suddenly are beset by savage beasts. No. Yeah, you.
Wow.
It's
What,
like 10,000 crabs.
where you arrive is a very heavily wooded area. There are vines dangling around you. You appear to have landed in the sort of dip in the ground left by a tipped over tree where its rooting has like yanked a huge amount of dirt out. And this is a wide bowl. Like you guys could easily set up camp in this.
That's a big tree.
yeah.
It's like a redwood fell over.
Yeah, essentially redwood scale trees are around you. Picture Endor. You've landed on Endor, guys.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
No.
good.
Yeah.
But I mildly resemble a stormtrooper.
You land here, and there are like little effigies here. Like there have been like sticks and small branches arranged around this little bowl in the ground, just tied off with pretty flowers, that sort of thing, as if like this is an important spot for some reason.
Oh.
Like this area is
Right.
marked,
And this is where we end.
and that is where we will end this session.
Thank you.
And then Ellen shows up with a long scroll.
Well, Ilan's gonna ride up with a silver
I heard
rope
this what the
around
cool
his
kids
neck.
do.
Right, everybody take a cool 4,000 experience points.
4,000. I will
And one
take
piety, I'm assuming?
And everybody take one of the usual piety. Telde, take a Mirror's piety.
Yay!
whether you want it or not.
Alright, I have a question regarding our piety.
Mhm.
Can we put one piety towards anybody we have piety with?
Yes,
So I have a Mirror's piety, so I can
Yeah.
put one there.
you can put it there.
Yeah, basically the regular is any of our available.
Can we put towards one we have negatives with?
Yeah.
As long as it's not Morgani.
That's
Yeah.
the only negative I have.
I was
Can we
figuring
start
that.
killing off Morgani?
No. But I do not want more
I wasn't
attention
gonna,
on us.
but I wanted to ask.
I just wanted to know, but I'm still
Maybe the
putting, I'm
negative
putting my
5
pin
is the
to here.
reason why we got the astral woohoo.
I
No, the
think
negative
that
5
might.
is
It
just-
actually was the
mean-
first time we did real big travel since we got the -5. So
Yeah.
Right, and we will do this same
Well,
time
not a
next
little bit,
week.
'cause we got the -5 from killing the physical.
that was a lot.